All right, guys. You wanted NFL draft live reactions. You're getting it. I have my draft pulled up. I'm watching NFL Network on my TV. Solomon Thomas is a 49er. Good for the 49ers. That's a great pick for them. I mean, they need a quarterback, but, they have extra picks now. So that's pretty exciting because they traded down literally one spot. They got the guy they probably should have gotten at number 2 anyway. Yeah, I mean, Mitchell Trubisky going to Chicago is cool, but this is a big pick for the 49ers. I'm, pretty happy for them because Solomon Thomas is a great talent.
For the record, guys, I am incredibly ignorant on football. I've been watching for a few seasons now the Falcons, but that's probably where my reactions will come in when the Falcons made their picks. But the good news is,
in like 4 hours when that happens.
Exactly. The good news is, though, guys, that you get to take a look at the inner workings of Ashton's football mind, because it's probably going to be like 95% Ashton reactions, if I'm being honest, and then 5% with me just being like, oh, that's nice. So,
So here's the thing with Solomon Thomas, guys. He played a lot of 3 technique and 5 technique at Stanford. I think that he is athletic enough to play on the edge in the NFL. I think Solomon Thomas, from an athletic standpoint, he's going to San Francisco, so he could be kind of like a Chris Long type for them in their 4-3 under defense. And they are transitioning into a 4-3 under, which is basically what like Seattle and Atlanta and Oakland and Denver and Jacksonville all run. And Solomon Thomas is basically going to be San Francisco's answer to what Seattle has in Michael Bennett. He's going to be a guy who can rush on the edge. In nickel packages, they'll probably put him inside at 3 tech and have him rush from there. He's an awesome defender, and he's going to be a guy that gets a lot of sacks very early in his career because he's also like a 21-year-old rookie, which is actually a really big deal, especially for 4-3 defensive ends. Like, Solomon Thomas is a freaking great pick. He was actually the number 2 overall player on my big board this year. So Solomon Thomas going number 3 after San Francisco traded back and picked up 2 third-round picks and a 4th to move back 1 spot. That's a freaking steal. Jack's pick is in. I'm thinking it's going to be Leonard Fornette. Let's see. I'm not sure. John, what were you going to say?
I was going to say about the 49ers, so, I mean, they've picked a defensive end in Solomon Thomas who, from the sound of what you're saying, seems to have a lot of upside. But so you think that was a good first pick for them? And, like, what positions would you have them pick going forward? Or do you not really know their team?
Are we talking about the 49ers, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're probably pretty happy with their receiving core, and I don't know if they even want to like go after a tight end because this is the first year under Kyle Shanahan. And the thing with Kyle Shanahan is he needs a mobile offensive line. So they might spend the rest of their picks on O-line and defense because their defense was historically bad last year, especially against the run. They were literally one of, if not the worst run defense of all time in 2016. So, I mean, the shift to a 4-3 is definitely going to help them. And I actually heard the other day that they might be trying to use Arik Armstead as a Leo, which is, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it might work, I guess. But Solomon Thomas might even be a better Leo candidate for them than Arik Armstead. They might use Arik Armstead and Solomon Thomas as like interchangeable parts where they just have one guy on one side of the line, the other guy on the other side, and then they just kind of shift their line depending on how the offense lines up. They're going to have, I think, I forget what they signed a nose tackle in the offseason. Earl Mitchell, that's who it was. They signed Earl Mitchell, and they're going to use DeForest Buckner as a 3-tech, which is great. I mean, he's huge, so I hope that his 6'8" frame doesn't make him less likely to succeed at 3-tech just because normally you want leverage on the inside, and 6'8", it's really hard to get lower than the offensive lineman you're going against. But I think their run defense is going to be better this year. And honestly, they need a linebacker. They have Navarro Bowman, who's good, but he's been injured a lot. And then I don't even know if they have another worthwhile linebacker after Bowman because Patrick Willis is gone. Chris Borland retired a couple years ago. They are low on talent at the linebacker position. I'm going to look here real quick. Let's see. Navarro Bowman. Oh, they got Malcolm Smith. So that's actually a really good pickup for them because he can play Will. So I'm guessing they're going to use Bowman as their Mike and then Malcolm Smith as their Will. They have two guys already on the roster that can be a really good Sam for them. They've got Ahmad Brooks and Eli Harold. But, I think the 49ers are going to be better than people expect this year. Especially now that they got Solomon Thomas, my boy. Here we go. Jaguar selection is up. Fournette. Yep. Leonard Fornette, baby. Going to the Jags. That's a pick that I have been calling for months now. Because the thing with the Jaguars, they have good talent on defense. Like, their defense is very talented.
Right.
But their offense, and the thing with their offense, too, is that, like, there are no offensive linemen in this class who would be worth taking. Otherwise, I would say pick O-line. But, like, the best offensive lineman in this class is going to go at, like, number 20 overall. Like, it's really – there's just no great offensive line talent in this class. And then, like, they can't just give up on their quarterback because they literally just drafted him in 2014. So they're going to keep Blake Bortles around. They have to believe in him until he unapologetically proves that he sucks. And they have a great receiving corps. So really the only place left to improve is the running back position, and Fournette was always going to be the guy. So, yeah, Fournette.
All right. Well, good stuff then for the Jaguars. Now we got the Tennessee Titans upcoming, correct?
Yeah, the Titans pick at 5, but I think they're going to end up trading back, and it wouldn't surprise me if they traded back with either the Bengals or the Browns might be trying to trade up to get a quarterback. I think Patrick Mahomes is a guy that could be kind of getting taken here in the next 2 picks. I think if Cleveland trades up from 12 to 5, they take Mahomes. If not, I think the Jets might take Mahomes at 6. So Mahomes is my best quarterback in this class. He was my number 3 player on my big board behind Myles Garrett and Solomon Thomas. So I think a lot of Mahomes because he, like, if you actually watch Mahomes on tape, he looks like he is being assaulted on every single play. His team around him, the offense that Patrick Mahomes was in, was completely devoid of any talent whatsoever. He had no offensive line talent, no receiving talent. It was just completely awful. And every single play, he would take the snap, and within a second and a half, he would have 3 defenders in his face. And he would have to roll out and escape the pressure and find somebody open downfield. And a lot of the time, people weren't getting open because, again, no receiving talent. So you take Patrick Mahomes and you put him on a team with just NFL caliber, like not even exceptional, just NFL caliber starters on offense, and all of a sudden you have a ridiculously talented quarterback with a huge freaking arm. So hopefully Mahomes goes here in the next couple of picks. I would have taken him before Trubisky, which is who Chicago traded up for, but I do understand how teams would have preferred Trubisky to Mahomes because Trubisky played in an offense that usually translates better to the NFL than the offense Mahomes played in.
Okay. So I gotta tell you, outside of the Falcons, I should also mention I haven't really thought about this until, well, really right now. Also have a vested interest in who our division rivals pick for their first-round draft picks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Carolina fans are probably really angry right now because they wanted either Solomon Thomas, who went 3rd overall, or Leonard Fornette, who went 4th overall. So they're probably angry. I mean, to me, when Carolina gets on the board, they're probably going to take one of 3 guys that I have in mind right now. It's either going to be Cam Robinson, who's an offensive tackle who would end up being the first tackle taken, and the reason I say that is because they just got Matt Khalil, and he's terrible. So they might like try Matt Khalil, but they also have an opening at right tackle, so they'll probably use Cam Robinson at right tackle in year 1. And then when they realize Matt Khalil's terrible, they'll move Cam over to left tackle and replace the right tackle spot with someone else. Or they might do O.J. Howard, which is hilarious to me because to me, like, I think O.J. Howard is really overrated. Like, people say, like, oh, he's a top 10 pick, but he's not even my number 1 tight end. He's my 3rd-ranked tight end behind David Njoku from Miami and Bucky Hodges from Virginia Tech. So yeah, O.J. Howard is super overrated to me, and if Carolina gets him, I mean, it's going to suck because it's basically them just extending the career of Greg Olsen for another 10 years because that's basically who O.J. Howard is. He's He's Greg Olsen 2.0. But still, drafting a tight end in the top 10 when you could get like a legitimate game-changing talent who will have an impact on every play rather than a guy who's going to get 5 catches a game is just funny to me. And then the other guy that I think might be in play for Carolina is Corey Davis. Corey Davis is my favorite wide receiver since Amari Cooper. And, you know, like when I think about who Carolina would pick that would make me the most scared as a Falcons fan, that would piss me off the most, that would make me like, oh, shit, that's a really good pick for them, it's Corey Davis, because they've picked some wide receivers over the last couple of years, but like Kelvin Benjamin is this gigantic human being who's probably better suited at tight end than receiver, and he's horribly inefficient in the NFL. Like, he's been in the NFL for 2 or 3 years now, and he's been just horribly inefficient over that time. Even though he's got decent like volume-based stats, like I think his first season he had over 1,000 yards, but he does it on like this crazy amount of volume. Like I think in like year 1 or 2, or in year 2 he got hurt, but then this past year, in one of those years, he had like 200 targets, which is retarded. And like, yeah, he's just horribly inefficient. And then the other guy they got was Devin Funchess, who runs like a 4.7 40, which is really, really bad for a wide receiver. So they could get Corey Davis, and Corey Davis would instantly become the most talented wide receiver on that team. And it would scare the shit out of me as a Falcons fan, because then we would have to defend him and then Kelvin Benjamin and Devin Funchess as well. But those two guys are a lot easier to defend with our best and second best corners than having to defend them with our second and third best corners. You know what I mean? Hello? Are you still there? Okay, well, I guess John left.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I said Tennessee's still on the clock, but now I just got where the picks coming in, because I have the NFL draft tracker on the NFL website open in a separate tab, so I could keep the order of all the names and everything while we're watching live here on Who Sports. And we shall see now who Tennessee picks.
Yeah, we actually had people in chat getting angry at me for saying that O.J. Howard is overrated. Don't worry, guys. You're not the first ones to tell me that. My opinion that O.J. Howard is overrated is a very, how do I say, unpopular opinion. It's a very unpopular opinion. A lot of people love O.J. And I mean, he's athletic, but his lack of bursts concerns me. Like, he's supposed to be this freaky athlete, and then he had like a 30-inch vertical, which, you know, Tano Passanio had a better vert, and he's like 290 pounds to O.J. Howard's 250. And then, like, Garett Bolles jumped higher, and he's like 310 pounds. So, like, it's just ridiculous to me that a tight end who's supposed to be like this awesome vertical threat can't really jump that well. And I have the same problem with Mike Williams, too. Like, Mike Williams is supposed to be this great catch ball, like a jump ball, high-pointing, awesome wide receiver, and then he had like a 32-inch vertical. It's just really, really bad for a guy, especially because Mike Williams is only 216 pounds. But now let's see who Tennessee picked. Jamal Adams? Corey Davis, yes!
Holy
shit! Yeah, all right. That's awesome. Good for Corey. Yeah. That's
so you like that he's going with Tennessee then?
I love that he's going. I'm investing in the Tennessee offense.
Interesting.
I love it. That's a great pick for Tennessee, and I'm so happy that Corey Davis is going to get drafted lower than you people think rumor was proven false. That's awesome.
Good for him, and according to your jubilance and your enthusiasm and your rundown, good for Tennessee indeed.
Dude, Corey Davis is freaking awesome. Like, there are certain points when I watch him that he has a little bit of Julio Jones in him.
Well, let me ask you, because again, I made the distinction from the jump. Like, this live reaction is going to be like 95% you, 5% me. Maybe I'll ask like guiding questions or whatever. But like, I know that you're a football fan generally. It's not just the Falcons you watch. But I guess what I'm trying to ask is, were you like watching the Titans closely before this, and now will you be watching them closely after this?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Titans is they were kind of a really underrated offense this past year, because like, people are talking about, like they call themselves this hybrid running scheme where they're like trying to run the ball, but they're trying to get really creative with it. I don't remember what they called it, but it was kind of a ridiculous name that they came up with. And like running the ball in general is obviously helpful for winning games when you already have a lead, but it's not the most efficient way to put up points. So like when you say you're a run first offense, you're basically saying we're okay with being inefficient, and that's not a good thing. But now them drafting Corey Davis tells me they're ready to start investing in the passing game. And I think that's great news for Marcus Mariota, who they just drafted at quarterback a couple of years ago. It's great for Rashard Matthews, who doesn't have to be their number one go-to receiver anymore. He can be that supplementary number 2 guy, who I think is actually, I think Rashard Matthews is really underrated, but I wouldn't want him as my number 1 receiver, and that's what he had to be for the Titans last year. So you give him that supplementary role where he can kind of like be the guy that gets you first downs and just kind of has those like clutch moments and stuff, and I think he's great. And now they have some other talent to play behind those guys, but Corey Davis and Rashard Matthews as the Titans 1 and 2, I think is a great receiving core. And I think Rashard Matthews is still only like 25 years old. He's a younger guy. So, yeah, I'm really happy about this. I think Corey Davis is a guy who was being underrated. And then for a while, there was a moment where people were starting to realize how good he was. And then a rumor came out, oh, no, he's going to get drafted a lot lower than everyone expects him to. And it was like, oh, well, shit, man. But no, he went 5th overall because he deserves it. And I just looked it up, and Rashard Matthews is 27. So not super young, but still pretty young.
So you think, again, just kind of my role here, like him working in tandem with Marcus Mariota and just Tennessee's scheme, does Tennessee have such a scheme that you think Corey Davis will really be able to blossom and show everybody what he's about? Or do you?
Oh, dude, I think Corey Davis is he's going to, within the next like 3 years or so, I think people are going to be starting to mention Corey Davis in that like Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr., like the same breath as like the top 5 to 10 receivers in the league.
Well, that's huge because even a casual like me, I register the name Odell Beckham Jr., right?
Right.
So like to attain that kind of notoriety, I think that's huge. And,
yeah, I mean, like I said, Corey Davis is my favorite wide receiver prospect since Amari Cooper. And Cooper was drafted in 2015, and through 2 seasons, I think he has like something like 2,500 receiving yards and like 12 or 13 touchdowns. Like he's been really good. And he's basically been the number 2 receiver in Oakland because they have Michael Crabtree, and Crabtree soaks up more targets than even Amari Cooper. So, yeah, like Oakland's offense is super high-powered, and I don't know if they'd be as high-powered as they are if they didn't draft Amari Cooper a couple years ago. So they've been doing really well, and then now we've got Tennessee. Tennessee is a team on the rise like what the Raiders were last year, and then Corey Davis just adds to it, man. I love it.
Very interesting to me when you look at teams that, even if they weren't necessarily awful, have never really been in the conversation, but they slowly begin to assimilate those parts that really make them a championship team. I would say there was a time where the Falcons were kind of in that same space. But I think what we've put together, like, we went to the Super Bowl this past season, and yeah, we came up short, but I'm going to say what I know you've been saying, and I certainly still stand by, and I think you do too. I don't think that changes the fact that you look at the Falcons and you look at some of these other teams putting things together. Be looking at a whole new handful of dynasties here coming up in a few seasons, and that's very exciting to me.
Just watch. The Jets are about to take Patrick Mahomes, and people are going to hate it, but I'm going to love it.
All right, we shall see. You've been.
I'm going to laugh so hard if the Jets take O.J. Howard, because that's actually been a rumored pick. And, like, dude, picks 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the guys that I thought Carolina would take and guys that Carolina has shown that they want. And they can't get Solomon Thomas now. They can't get Leonard Fornette now. They can't get Corey Davis now. And if the Jets take O.J. Howard, I'm going to laugh so hard.
Well, actually, I don't want to break the conversation away from, like, the draft because I know the Jets are still on the clock, but Paul William Gregory, who is kind of uninitiated, he said, what up-and-coming teams do you think people should be on the lookout for? So if you were to kind of give an analysis, kind of a breakdown.
Dude, honestly, I know that this is going to be a weird answer because they're kind of a meme for being terrible at this point, but the Browns are legitimately on the up-and-up. They had the number 1 overall pick this year for a reason. They were the worst team in the NFL in 2016. But I freaking love the parts that they have in place. And now they got Myles Garrett, and at number 12 overall, they're going to get another really talented player. I love what the Browns are doing. And if you're at all familiar with Moneyball, Paul DePodesta, the guy who really kind of started the whole Moneyball sensation, is the Browns general manager now. So he's bringing Moneyball to pro football, to the NFL. And so far, I think that what they're doing is great. They had like 14 draft picks last year, and they probably hit on at least 4 or 5 of them, which, I mean, 4 or 5 out of 14 isn't a great percentage, but hitting on 4 or 5 guys in one draft class is great.
Right. So you're thinking that the Cleveland Browns, they're really getting ready to take off. What other teams, if any, do you think like are really interesting blips on your radar that you would suggest?
Well, I already mentioned the Titans. I love the Titans. I love what they're doing, especially offensively. Marcus Mariota is kind of a phenom. Like, as a quarterback, he hasn't really been prolific overall, but he is really astonishingly efficient in the red zone. I don't think through 2 years now, I don't think he's had a single red zone turnover, which is like, God, I would love for Matt Ryan to be able to say that he hasn't had a red zone turnover in the last 2 years, but he can't because it's really hard to say that. And Marcus Mariota, who is like 23, 24 years old, can actually say that. He's super efficient in the red zone.
Very curious here. I think New York Jets are still on the clock. Oh, their pick is coming in, apparently.
Yeah, the pick is in, but they always take forever to actually announce the pick.
Right.
Who's it going to be? Is it going to be O.J. Howard? Is it going to be Malik Hooker, Jamal Adams, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes? Who's it going to be? Come on, Roger, let's hear it.
Who we got?
Jamal Adams. Well, that's a boring pick.
Yeah, I don't think that name was even like what you were like discussing, because I know you put forward 2 names, but I don't think Jamal Adams was one of them.
I mentioned Jamal Adams when I ran down the list of like 5 guys I thought they might take, but really Jamal Adams is just I mean, I don't have any problem against the guy personally, but to me he's overrated as a player. I like to use certain measurable traits to try and compare college prospects to other players who are already in the NFL or have already been in the NFL. And I really couldn't find any really successful, strong safeties who have been in the NFL who have similar athletic traits to Jamal Adams. Because I think he's like 6 feet tall, maybe 6'1". He's like 215 pounds. And he's fast. Like, I think he ran like a 4.4, but that was at his pro day, so you always have to kind of take that with a grain of salt. He ran like a 4.56 at the combine, which isn't great. And his jumps are pretty mediocre, and I think his agility is like average-ish. So I think Jamal Adams is a guy who is going to underwhelm in the NFL compared to what people's expectations are. And especially because the position he plays, strong safety, is really a position with high – replaceability. Like, that's the kind of position where you can get a guy in like the late 2nd, 3rd round, maybe even 4th round, who will do about as good a job at the job as Jamal Adams. So not a fan of that pick at all.
I don't know how familiar you are with the Jets scheme, but do you feel like they could have addressed perhaps a greater deficiency?
Well, I mean, the thing is, they are running the Todd Bowles defense, which it's basically like a vanilla 3-4 under, I think. I think they run like an under scheme, but it's weird because they use like 4 gigantic defensive linemen. Like, it's a really weird defense, and they just aren't drafting well. Like, last year they took Darren Lee, who was like a minimum 3-year project at best. They, taking Jamal Adams. They already have a guy who basically is Jamal Adams in Calvin Pryor. They're really similar players. So I don't like this pick at all. I mean, if they had to pick a safety, they would have been better off with Jamal or with Malik Hooker, who the Chargers might actually take here at 7.
Cliff actually had an interesting question, Ashton, about the Browns, because I know we were kind of discussing them earlier. He said, so, Ashton, do you think Browns can make the playoffs this year, or are you just saying that they're going to improve the most in general?
The only way the Browns make the playoffs this year is if they do end up getting Patrick Mahomes at number 12. I think that would be a freaking amazing pick for them. I've been seeing all day that Mahomes is going to go top 10. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he slips out of the top 10. I would be devastated if the Saints got Mahomes at 11 because, like, God, we've had to deal with Breeze for a decade now. I don't want to have to deal with 15 years of Mahomes because I think Mahomes is really talented. If the Browns get Mahomes, I wouldn't write them off for the playoffs, but otherwise they probably won't do it.
Do you think them like being in any kind of championship conversation is going to be more of a gradual process?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Right now, if they don't draft a quarterback in this draft, if their quarterback going into the 2017 season is Cody Kessler, I could see them going like 7-9, which is really, really good compared to the 1-15 they went this past year. But they really do need an upgrade at quarterback, and I don't know, man. I think Mahomes is their best bet, but they would probably have to trade up to at least 10 to get him, if not 9. And I don't know if they want to. I think that the Browns front office is all about just like sitting back and acquiring picks and taking who falls to you. So I don't know.
So yeah, we shall see. Now let's see who's on the clock. The Chargers are on the clock. Who are you hoping the Chargers take here, and what do you think they'd be best served taking?
Malik Hooker, baby. Malik Hooker is the best.
All right. Well, we shall see if they take him. Now, what position does he play, and why do you think he's the best?
He is a deep center fielder, basically. He plays free safety, and his best job is to be a cover one, just sit back in the middle of the field, watch the quarterback's eyes, and try and jump the passes, man. He is fast and rangy, and he has great instincts, and he can read the quarterback like a freaking book. The thing with Malik is that he didn't do any kind of athletic testing in the offseason, so I don't really know how he physically compares to other players. But just by watching him, he reminds me of a guy who is going to be a Hall of Famer if he's not already, Ed Reed. Ed Reed's a big name to compare anyone to, so that's kind of a lofty comparison. But if there's anyone, that I can honestly say reminds me of Ed Reed, it's Malik Hooker. He's great.
All right. Well, we shall see if Malik Hooker gets picked up here by the Chargers. And then the Panthers are going, which, again, considering they're a division rival, I am somewhat curious. So we shall see how that goes.
Yeah, the Panthers fans are probably really pissed off right now because they're probably – actually, no, they're not pissed off because they actually want O.J. Howard, so I can't even say that. These guys are big fans of the idea of their team getting O.J. Howard. Honestly, if I was the Panthers, I don't know if I would pick Cam Robinson or Obi Melifonwu because I think Obi is going to be a great player in the NFL. I think he's really underrated. He's actually number 8 on my big board, so him going 8th overall would make sense to me. And yeah, man, I think Panthers fans are a little bit too high on O.J. Howard, and really most of draft media is too high on O.J. Howard because he's a talented kid. But the position he plays is just not a position you should be drafting in the top 10 unless it's like a crazy transcendent talent like freaking Vernon Davis. And I don't even know if Vernon Davis was worth a top 10 pick. And now we're talking about O.J. Howard being a top 10 pick. So I'm hoping the Chargers go with Malik Hooker, and then the Panthers, if they're smart, will probably go with Cam Robinson.
All right, Ashton, well, I'm actually going to step away for a second, guys, to refill my water bottle. Before I do, Ashton, I did want to field you another question here from Cliff, who's revealed himself to be an Eagles fan. I know quite a few of them in my family, Cliff. He asked, do you see the promise in Wentz, W-E-N-T-Z, and do you think he can continue to get better and become a franchise player? And with that, I'll be right back.
I compare Carson Wentz to Carson Palmer, and it's not just because they have the same first name. It's because they actually look remarkably similar on paper, and Wentz had slightly better numbers, I think it was either North Dakota State or South Dakota State than Palmer had at USC, but it was a lower division, so it makes sense his numbers would be better. And then, Wentz from an athletic standpoint is really, really similar to Palmer. Arm strength is similar and all that stuff. And I think Palmer was pretty good before he had that leg injury in that playoff game against the Steelers, but I don't think he's ever a great guy, like a great quarterback. So I don't know about Wentz. Here we go. Next selection. Chargers are up. Next pick. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Malik Hooker. Mike Williams? What? What are you doing, Chargers? What are you doing? Oh, my God. were watching on NFL Network, it said that Mike Williams had a 40-yard dash of 4.52. I've heard 4.52, 4.53, but that was at his pro day. So you've got to discount that. I mean, and not to mention the 32-inch vertical jump. This guy struggled to create separation against college defensive backs. And he's supposed to be this great jump ball guy, but he only has a 32-inch vertical leap, which is below average at best, horrible at worst. And they're drafting him 7th overall. That's the worst pick of the draft so far.
So Panthers are on the clock, and Mike Williams from the wide receiver. Okay, and you said that was the worst pick, or did I miss a lot of context?
Look at how he can't even beat this random ass middle. Like, are you kidding me? He's a freaking plot. Like he's. Don't get me wrong. If you compare Mike Williams to a normal human being, he's lightning fast. But for an NFL wide receiver, he is a relative plotter.
Wow. I guess I walked back in at the perfect time, and at least I didn't miss the Panthers pick, so I'll get to hear your analysis about that.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, be happy, Chargers fans. Oh, have fun with that defense.
Oh, man. So let's see what chat thinks.
God, the Chargers are so bad at the draft. They really – I'm convinced they lucked into Joey Bosa last year because that was a great pick. But, like, he should have gone first overall. And then the first 2 picks ended up being quarterbacks, and the Chargers just happened to be sitting at number 3, and they just made the choice that anyone would have made. Don't compare Mike Williams to Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant's athletic.
Where'd you see that?
NFL Network. I'm on the NFL Network.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, nobody in chat's talking about football right now, believe me. Okay, we do got some football.
Williams to Dez Bryant, but listen to this. Mike Williams vert, 32 inches. Dez Bryant vert, 38 inches.
Well, goddamn, that kind of blows it out of the water now, doesn't it?
Here, I'm going to keep going just because this is fun. Mike Williams, broad jump, 10 feet, 1 inch. Dez Bryant, broad jump, 11 feet, 1 inch.
Damn.
Mike Williams, 40 time, 4.52, or 4.54. Dez Bryant, 40 time, 4.52. Mike Williams, 10 split, which is more an indicator of acceleration, 1.66. Dez Bryant, 10 split, 1.53. That's great.
Well, so I guess the Chargers kind of shit the bed there, but the Panthers have got their pick coming in. Now, I mean, I'm guessing you're quite well versed in our division rivals. What position should the Panthers pick for their first draft pick? And
what position should they pick? Probably someone on defense or an offensive lineman, if I had to say. I mean, let me look at their depth chart real quick because I think they have like no right tackle whatsoever. Oh yeah, their right tackle is Darrell Williams, who's awful. So I would say they should pick a right tackle, which. Really, the best right tackle in this class to me is Ryan Ramczyk from Wisconsin. But knowing that their left tackle is Matt Khalil and he's terrible and he's not the long-term answer, they should probably grab a guy who can play right tackle and then kick over to left tackle. So I would say Cam Robinson.
Okay, Cam Robinson. And it's funny that that all the Williams, because Mike Williams apparently sucks, and that other Williams guy for Panthers seems to suck. So Williams, man, you gotta up your football game apparently. But yeah, we'll see who the Panthers picked. I'm quite curious again.
I know that Panthers fans really wanted Leonard Fornette. Like there are Panthers fans who were like Fournette or bust, like same way people were like Bernie or bust.
Ooh,
but
that's not gonna be a good night for them then.
Well, yeah, because Fournette went 4th overall, but like. It's funny because we just had a subreddit mock draft on the NFL draft subreddit, and the Panthers GM took Christian McCaffrey. And I like Christian McCaffrey. I don't think he's going to suck in the NFL, but I don't think he provides the kind of value that you look for in a top 10 pick. Like he's more a guy you take in the early 2nd round, maybe the late 1st. So if the Panthers pick McCaffrey at 8, I'm going to laugh because he's good, but he is not worth the top 10 pick.
All right, well, we shall see where they go with it.
OJ Howard and Christian McCaffrey are the two like most likely but hilarious picks. And then Cam Robinson is who I would pick if I was them.
Of course.
With the 8th pick, here we go.
All right.
Who is it going to be? Oh, they got McCaffrey.
Well, there you go.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say, these are scouts and general managers who make a lot of money to get draft picks right. And the Carolina Panthers just picked a satellite back with the 8th overall pick.
Oh, boy.
And the San Diego Chargers just drafted a jump ball wide receiver who can't jump with the 7th overall pick.
And now we've got the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock.
Oh, yeah, they're going with John Ross. They've been linked to John Ross. They love his speed. They're gonna get John Ross. They're gonna grab their guy. I don't think it's a great pick. I think, because to me, just to explain why people love John Ross so much, he broke the all-time 40-yard dash record at the Combine.
Right.
Like the previous record was 4.24. He ran a 4.22. So he's not just fast. He is all-time type of fast. But the thing is, like, the way that defenses defend fast players is they just put another guy over top. So, like, if you run past the first guy, there's someone else waiting for you. And if you can run past two guys in the amount of time that it takes for the pass rush to get to you, that's not a defensive coverage problem. It's a pass rush problem. And that's something that, you're not going to be able to fix by just having faster guys on defense. So, really, once you get down to a certain point speed-wise, once a guy is fast enough to demand over-the-top coverage, any faster than that is just icing on the cake. Like, it's cool, but it's not really adding that much to that guy's game. So, really, like, anything under, like, 4.32-ish, 4.35-ish is good, but not, like, it's not, like, a gradient where the faster is the better. It's really just anyone under a certain speed is, like, the fastest that you can ask for. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the Bengals are going to pick John Ross, and to me, they would have been better off just waiting and taking a guy like freaking KD Cannon out of Baylor, who's another deep threat. But hey, that's what I've been seeing. One guy that I used to think the Bengals would take here is Taco Charlton or Taco Charlton. I don't really know how to pronounce that part of his last name. And the reason for that is because the Bengals love gigantic defensive ends. Their two defensive ends are like 6'6" and 6'7" respectively. And a couple years ago, they drafted a 26-year-old rookie just because he was 6'8". And yeah, so if they do draft defense, it'll be Taco Charlton, who's 6'6". He's a big guy. But I'm guessing they're going to wait until the second or third round to get a defensive end, and they're going to go with John Ross here.
All right, we shall see. Bengals still on the clock, 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. And then after that, we got the Buffalo Bills. I mean, any insight about them and what you'd like to see the Buffalo Bills do?
Hey, man, I again, with the Bills, I think they need offensive line. I would say for the Bills, they should get Cam Robinson. The Panthers didn't take him, so maybe the Bills will.
All right, well, we shall see. And let's get some chat reactions.
Or maybe since the Bills have a really good left tackle, they'll go with Ramczyk, because Ramczyk is my number one right tackle, and he's really good, and he can play right tackle and really kind of solidify that O-line. Maybe they might even go with Forrest Lamp. I don't freaking know. Maybe the Bills will just surprise everyone and go with someone that I have. Maybe they'll pick Malik Hooker. I mean, Malik Hooker's still on the board, and that's ridiculous to me because he's amazing. But I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, Marshon Lattimore is still on the board, too.
Well, this is like, what, the third draft that you and I have experienced together, and then you've talked about before those athletes that you feel like are really good but kind of go under the radar for so many teams, and it's kind of a crime like how long they're shelved before a team finally picks them up, but then they reap the benefits long term. So yeah, Malik Hooker may be just such a guy. Whoever picks him up, they reap those benefits for seasons to come, and we shall see because he is still on the board. And the Bengals now, pick is coming in, so we shall see who they've chosen here.
Well, Steve Smith just said something about a guard, so maybe a Forrest Lamp or a Garett Bolles here for the Bengals, but that doesn't really, as far as value goes, that wouldn't be the best pick.
Yeah, Bengals, the 8th team to pick. Falcons 31, so we got quite a ways to go before our Falcons get in the conversation, but I'm very excited for that. I think Saints are going at number 10 or 12, I thought. So Saints aren't that far behind. They'll be coming up shortly. Yeah, they're actually 11. They're 11. So I was actually in between because I said 10 and 12. Turns out they were right in the
God,
middle.
I really hope the Browns trade up with the Bills and take Mahomes so that there's no chance of the Saints getting him.
Let me ask you, just to refresh my memory, what did the Patriots get from the Saints again? Because I see the Saints took their spot for 32. So what did the Patriots get?
Yeah, it was a trade. They gave the Patriots Brandon Cooks.
Okay.
And they got picks in return. And they got like number 32, and then I think they also got New England's 3rd round pick. I'm not sure on that though.
All right, well, let's see here. Okay, Bengals pick still coming in. Yeah, because like I said, I got the NFL draft tracker open in a separate tab so I can keep sense of all this insanity.
Oh, they're showing on the NFL Network. A.J. Green, 964 receiving yards in 2016, career low. Gee, I wonder if they're trying to tell us that the Bengals are drafting a wide receiver with this pick.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's going to be John Ross. I mean, I've been saying that. I'm just going to double down. It's Ross.
Well, that's a lot of confidence. And hell, I mean, certainly deserve to be confident. Well, I know. Sorry, looking at the wrong thing here. Because I feel like most of your predictions have been on the nose.
Not really. I mean, I've been kind of saying who I think they might want, but I haven't gotten anything that what I would do right.
Not what you would do right, but I think you understand like where
it's Ross.
Go. Yeah, there you go.
It's Ross. Oh my God. 3 wide receivers in the top 10. Dude, I had 1 wide receiver in this entire class with a 1st round grade, and it was Corey Davis.
Well, Paul William Gregory, because he just asked, so in a complete change of subject, which I too also welcome, which team is the winner of the draft?
The freaking Bears! Or, no, not the Bears, the 49ers. The 49ers are the winners of the draft so far.
Really?
Yeah, they traded back 1 spot. They got the 2nd best player in the class who would have been available to them at number 2, but then they traded back 1 spot and still got him. And they picked up 2/3 and a 4th for it. Like, that's amazing.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, now I can understand that logic, because I thought you were going to say the Browns, because I know how high you are on Myles Garrett.
Oh, I love Myles Garrett, but the Browns aren't winning so much as they're just not screwing up yet.
Right. There's a difference. Learn it.
Yeah. Like the Browns are doing great at doing the least shitty out of the shitty. You know what I mean? Like they didn't screw up. Oh, Kansas City traded up to 10. Yes, take Mahomes. Yes, take Mahomes. Oh my God, yes. Oh, this makes me so happy. Please be Mahomes. Oh, but it might be John Allen. God, I want it to be Mahomes, though. I want Mahomes in the AFC.
Now, why is that?
Because then we don't have to face him often.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, wow, he's really that good, huh, that you just don't want to see him like on our
I
side?
freaking love Mahomes.
All right. What position does he play?
Quarterback.
Okay.
He's like a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers gunslinger type. He's freaking awesome.
Damn. All right, well, that's definitely kind of a shake-up there, this whole trade. So now let's see here. Chiefs have.
But anyway, yeah, the Browns are doing a good job by just not screwing up, but the 49ers are actively improving their status. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yeah, this is definitely an interesting development. And then the Saints come right after. God, we hate the Saints so much.
I know, that's why I'm saying, please, Kansas City, take Mahomes.
Okay, now it's really starting to click, because if they don't, the Saints might, and fuck, because division rivals. And
I don't want the Saints to get Mahomes, and I've had this gut feeling that they were going to get Mahomes for like 2 months now, and it's terrible.
Last I checked, Iconic, we're all still alive. So, yeah, this has been quite a positive draft so far. I'm feeling pretty good about my prospects of living.
I mean, I did almost die after the 6th, 7th, and 8th picks overall were Jamal Adams, Mike Williams, and Christian McCaffrey. And then John Ross, too. I can't even forget him. So, like, LOL NFL, I guess. But I'm still alive.
Yeah, so we're all good. We're all good. We shall see who the Chiefs pick. God, I hope
who are the losers of the draft? Well, the Bears got Mitchell Trubisky, so even though they gave up too much, they still got their guy. They got their quarterback. So I wouldn't call them losers of the draft so much as I would call them losers of free agency, because they gave Mike Glennon a gigantic contract, and then they still drafted a quarterback in the 2nd overall pick. But then the real losers of the draft are, let's see, the Jets, the Chargers, the Panthers, and now the Bengals. So I would say the biggest losers of the draft, honestly, are probably the freaking Chargers, because they took Mike Williams 7th overall. Oh, my God.
That just seems like a name every time you say it. You just laugh at him so hard inside.
Last week, I did, like, over the course of the last few months, I've been doing a shit ton of research, just trying to accumulate knowledge and just increase my overall awareness of this class. And last week, I assembled it all into a positional ranking sheet where I ranked all the players at every position from best to least good but still draftable. And Mike Williams ended up being my 10th best wide receiver, and they got him in the 7th overall pick.
Oh, man, you sound like you're physically hurting when you talk about it.
I'm not in pain. The Chargers are just awful. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sure they'll be all right. Not really.
No, they really won't. That's just such a bad pick. The Jaguars got Leonard Fornette, which is pretty much par for the course. Like, that's who I expected them to get.
All right, well, I think the pick is coming in for the Kansas City Chiefs. So
the Falcons are probably going to make their pick at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So take a deep seat, guys.
Oh, man. Glad you all decided to join us.
Oh, Chiefs, please don't kill me. Please don't take John Allen. They're going to take John Allen. I just know it. Oh.
Do you want to bend over so you can be preemptive before they fuck your dreams in the ass?
No. God. I did a mock draft today, and John Allen wasn't even in my first round.
All right, well, 2017 round 1. Yeah, already 10th pick, almost, 1/3 of the way through this. Got 32 teams. Man. I can't believe Saints get to go 11 and 32.
Paul wants to know who the most handsomest football player is.
I honestly couldn't even tell you.
Let's ask my mom. Mom, who's the most handsomest football player? She doesn't know. I mean, the easy, quick answer is probably Tom Brady. His backup, Jimmy Garoppolo, is a good-looking guy. Eric Decker is someone that I've heard mentioned as a really handsome guy a lot, so I'm going to say those three.
I admire that you're so committed to this. Like, you're fielding all those questions. Okay, well, I at least on my side of things, I think you're a little bit ahead of me, but on my side of things, we still haven't heard who the Chiefs have picked. I think it's just still a bunch of pre-pick discussion about who they might go with.
Come on, Chiefs. Take Mahomes. Steal him away from the Saints. Don't let them have him. It's either going to be Mahomes or John Allen. Like, I'm convinced of that. And one pick is a great pick that makes me happy like 10 times. And the other pick is not only a bad pick, but then it makes me miserable because the Saints get Mahomes.
Well, these guys are still discussing it. We'll see. Well, I mean, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, I'm seeing on the board right now, they're kind of discussing him. They may go with him and give a middle finger to the Saints and give you a huge
Here we go. Goodell's at the stand. 10th pick. Who's it going to be? Patrick Mahomes. Yes!
Yep, there it is.
Yes! Thank goodness. Oh, my God. I'm wiping the sweat from my brow. What a freaking relief.
That seems to be a huge pickup for them, and fuck you, Saints. Now we'll see who they pick, because they're on the clock.
Oh. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that they pretty much have their pick in the litter. They could take Derek Barnett. They could take Marshon Lattimore. They could take Malik Hooker. They have... I mean, hell, they could take John Allen for all I know. They have their pick in the litter. This is they're kind of dealing with a buffet of talent at the 11th overall pick, but they're not getting the quarterback of the future because that's Patrick Mahomes, and he's a Kansas City Chief. Oh, yes. God, I love that pick.
Is Andy Reid still the coach for the Chiefs, or is he
Yes.
gone? Oh, he is. All right, well, interesting to see what he'll do there. I only knew of him because he was with the Eagles for fucking years, and you knew I grew up in an Eagles household. So, like...
Cliff is still bringing up Mike Williams. Wait, Cliff, are you a Chargers fan? Because if so, I'm so sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, that actually is something I was curious about. Like, who's...
Dude, look at this dude's rocket arm. Look at some of the throws this dude can make.
Let's say it.
Are you seeing Mahomes highlights? You'll see Mahomes highlights, yeah.
I think I saw one at the very end because I was more focused on chat, but man, he launched that thing like a fucking projectile.
I mean, footballs, when they're in the air, they are projectiles, so I would hope so.
I mean, you get what I mean, though. Like a fucking explosive and just ready to just blow up everybody.
Oh, God, I'm so glad the Chiefs got Mahomes. That is an awesome pick for them. They just traded up from 27 to 10. How much did they have to give up to the Bills?
That sounds like an arm and a leg kind of deal.
Yeah, well, dude, the 49ers gave up, or the Bears gave up a 2/3 and a 1/4 to move up one spot. What the hell did the Chiefs have to give up to go from 27 to 10? Oh, my God. God, I'm so glad the Saints didn't get Mahomes.
Cliff says Sherman is my football spirit animal.
Yeah, I love Richard Sherman. Man, talk about going from one extreme to another, though. The Chiefs, for the last few years, their quarterback's been Alex Smith, who, like, he's pretty athletic, but he's pretty much unwilling to throw the ball more than like 15, 20 yards down the field. And now they've got gunslinger Mahomes. I love it.
I'll be interested to see the report cards that come out in the wake of the draft, which teams did the best, which teams did the worst in a lot of people's eyes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of disagreement about that.
I'll be making one of those. So if you want, I can send you a link to the Reddit post when I make it.
Sweet. Hope it gets a lot of upvotes. But, it'll be interesting to see these kind of pieces come into play for the season.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe Malik Hooker is still on the board. God, the Saints are going to get him, aren't they?
They may.
They're going to end up with either Hooker or Barnett, I think.
Hell, I mean, the Browns are going again after the Saints. Maybe they'll pick him up. Maybe their draft fortune will continue.
Honestly, I think the Browns are going to take Marshon Lattimore if it gets to them. Although, if Hooker makes it to the Browns, that would be a great pick for them. For them to get both Myles Garrett and Malik Hooker in the same class, like, that's ridiculous to me.
I got these guys.
Oh, God.
Line thing going on. What?
Copyright. I had to mute the TV because there was I think it was the Cheers theme song playing.
Fucking Cheers.
I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. I know, right? Freaking Cheers, man. What are you doing?
Paul William Gregory, it's nearly 2:30 in the morning here, and I'm hanging out talking about American football, drugs, and desperate sexual fantasies. What a time to be alive. Only in the TwitWow chat, brother. Only in the TwitWow chat.
The Eagles, I mean, let's see. We've had – I'd say the 11th pick will be done by like 9:28, 27, 29, somewhere in that range. So we're averaging like 8 minutes a pick. So then when the Eagles come on the board at 14th overall, so add another 2. I'd say the Eagles will probably have picked by 10, if I had to guess.
And you figure it's almost 9:30 now. Love these guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me rephrase. 25 minutes at most.
Right. Actually, Paulium Gregory, I agree with you. I actually enjoyed Frasier, and yet I never really touched Cheers. Fuck that show and their casual bar conversations. But let's see.
I've never watched either. Hooray for ignorance.
Well, hey, I've been swimming in a pool of ignorance, so nice of you to kind of show some. And we've got 1:09 left here for the Saints.
Lucha Underground comes back May 31st. They announced that like 2 months ago. Come on, guys, step it up.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the return of our glorious Lucha Underground champion, Johnny fucking Mundo, who liked one of my tweets today. So again, I continue to grow stronger. Oh man, dude, when we're able to watch his movie Boone the Bounty.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Saints pick is in. Who's it going to be?
Who they got?
I'm guessing Malik Hooker, unfortunately, but I don't know.
Wow, you're even ahead of the draft tracker because I'm still seeing him on the clock with like 32 seconds. Okay, there it is. Pick coming in. There we go.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. O.J. Howard officially fell out of the top 10. Oh, man. This isn't even your final form, John.
Yeah, it isn't even my final form. I was gonna say when Boone the Bounty Hunter comes out, we gotta have a movie night for that shit.
Oh yeah, we should do live reactions to that movie with everyone in chat and everything.
Yeah, he's so wonderful, and they're looking at, again. I know you're ahead of me, but on my side, they're actually looking at Jonathan Allen right now. So the guy that you thought the Chiefs would pick, Saints are looking at.
Dude, if the Saints pick John Allen, I am legitimately gonna die laughing.
Be on standby with your shock paddles, everyone. We might lose him. Very cool, Brandon, that Matt Riddle recognized you, liked one of those tweets. It's always cool when people whose work we enjoy kind of sees us. Wow, racist fan. That's cool. That's fine.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, 3 guys that I've been saying since the Saints went on the board. Lattimore, Hooker, or Derek Barnett. I think Derek Barnett is like an underdog, like a dark horse pick. But I think the more likely picks are Lattimore and Hooker.
Well, we will see. Very good.
Here we go.
Yeah, who we got?
Come on, Goodell. With the 11th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, New Orleans Saints select who? It's Lattimore. Shit. Damn, that's actually a pretty good pick for them. I feel like that's like, now that we got like Mahomes to Kansas City and Lattimore to the Saints, we've got 2 consecutive good picks in a row, and they're kind of starting to make up for the shit fest that was the 6, 7, 8, and 9 picks.
All right, well, now the Cleveland Browns are on the
Come
clock.
on, Browns. Take Malik Hooker. Make the right choice. Fix your defense. Although they might take Reuben Foster, too. Ooh. Either one of those guys is a great pick for them, honestly. I personally am not a big fan of Foster. I think Haason Reddick is a better linebacker prospect than Foster, but, man, if they can get that like starting middle linebacker presence, That'd be good for them. But honestly, like to me, it's Hooker or bust at this point because he's like Hooker is the number 4 overall player on my big board, and we're at the 12th pick now. So
now we're seeing Lattimore get broken down here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to shut down Julio Jones, but he is a talented-ass kid for sure.
All right, well, nothing like some solid competition. Wouldn't be much of a division rivalry if there was none there, so we'll see how we fare. I'm looking forward to it. Now, there's only one rival left before we get to the Falcons pick. We got to see who the Bucs are going to pick. And that should be interesting.
Yeah, they pick at 19, and I think the Bucs are going to pick Dalvin Cook, honestly.
Do you think that's a good pick for them?
No, of course not. It's hilariously bad, but I think that's what they're going with.
All right, then.
Honestly, I could see it being Cook, but if they decide that Cook isn't worth that high of a pick, they'll probably go with either Bolles or Lamp, which, I mean, it's a decent pick, but it's not a great pick.
All right, well, Browns are still on the clock. Then we got the Cardinals. Yeah, we got some interesting picks. Oh, I'll tell you something else that I'm interested in. Actually, 2 other teams I'm interested in simply for friend's sake. We've got Abel's Baltimore Ravens coming in at 15.
16.
Actually, no, 16. And the Texans, who come in at
25.
That's late, but yeah, Ravens and Texans.
Yeah, dude, the thing is, I know Delexman is the Texans fan, and he has said that he wants the Texans to get a quarterback, but there aren't any good ones left.
We'll have
the good quarterbacks are gone. Mahomes and Trubisky were the only legitimately great quarterback prospects in this class, and Deshaun Watson has a noodle arm, and Deshaun Kaiser is basically a freaking immobile turret who you're going to have to put like 8 guys around to try and protect him because he just can't move whatsoever. And then like Davis Webb is like a project. Oh, dude, the Texans traded up. Speaking of Houston, they just traded up from 25 to 12.
Holy fuck.
That means the Browns traded back.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. This is very interesting.
Well, now, how does this change the landscape?
Wait, are the Texans going to take Deshaun Watson? Because I could see the Texans taking Deshaun Watson.
I mean, how do you think trading up changes their landscape? Do you think this is a good move for them, or?
Dude, honestly, to me, it's never a good idea to trade up. Unless there's like an incredible value on the board and you feel like the team that is picking next is going to take that person, then you can trade up. But when you're trading up just because like you want to get a guy at a position and you feel like the best one out of a bad group is left, that's never a good idea. And that's what's happening here probably.
I just am always uneasy when I hear teams trading up because it seems like you always give up so much. I mean, to your point, unless there's something really alluring there for you to take, it really never seems to me worth the risk.
Man, I feel bad for DeAndre Hopkins, honestly, because that guy is a legitimately talented wide receiver, and he is going to finish his career having never had an elite quarterback throw to him.
Well, I mean, we'll see what the Texans can do here. Them trading up is interesting. And then again, the Ravens come in 16th. Now, thinking about Ravens, it's our boy Abel, who I'm definitely thinking about. I wonder what he's thinking of this draft so far. How do you think the Ravens would best serve themselves in this first-round pick? Like, what position should they go for? Who's the best in that position? So on and so forth.
I mean, based on the fact that the Texans are probably going quarterback, and then the only other 3 teams before Baltimore picks are most likely not going to take this guy, I think Baltimore ends up getting Derek Barnett. I mean, I thought he could go as early as 11 to the Saints. And, I think Baltimore ends up with Barnett.
All right, well, we shall see.
Actually, you know what? Just because of that, I'm going to tell that to Abel now.
Yeah, you tell that to Abel. Yeah.
The Ravens are getting Barnett at 16. Also, everybody should come join us in the draft party. And then I'm going to post a link to this hangout. All right, there we go. The Ravens are getting Barnett at 16. Also, everyone should come join us in the draft party. And there it is. Oh, man.
Yeah, I hope Alex and Abel both join us because I'd love their immediate reactions to whoever their team picks.
Well,
that'd be interesting.
I'm gonna send Alex. Oh no, Alex hasn't even been online for 2 hours, so that's not a thing.
He's probably engrossed, unless he's live tweeting about it. I don't know, but I don't see.
Or
him
if
on
he's
Facebook.
just not on the computer at all. Pick us in. It's gonna be Deshaun Watson. Deshaun, a 45-mile-an-hour pass velocity, Watson.
All right, well.
Just for reference, Mike Glennon threw 49 miles an hour, and he's in like the bottom 1 percentile. And then Deshaun Watson's at 45 miles per hour. So the noodliest of noodle arms. I like Watson as an athlete, and I like Watson as a leader, but that arm is a huge red flag.
Well, we're going to see here who the Houston Texans chose, and they probably gave a good pound of flesh for because they traded up from 25 to 12. That's jumping up 13 spots. So they better know what they want their scheme to be and to really make this pick count. But to your point, the good quarterbacks seem to have been tapped out. So now what are the Texans going to – and hell, we've been so fixated on the quarterback, and I know, again, Alex is like the most passionate Texas fan that I personally know has been fixated on quarterback. They may swerve us all and not even go for that position. So we shall see.
Yep, it's Watson, quarterback going to the Texans. They got their quarterback, but boy, does he have a weak arm.
Well, we'll see what the Texans can make out of it. Very curious what Alex will think about that tomorrow. And now I'm looking ahead to the Ravens, and then after that the Bucs, and then after that the Falcons. Because that's very.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. The next 4 or 5 picks are going to be. Arizona's going to get John Allen because everyone thinks John Allen's amazing, and if Arizona gets him, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, what amazing value! What a steal!" Even though he's probably not going to be that good. Philadelphia is going to draft Kevin King out of Washington. Indianapolis, this is going to be one of the first picks that people are going to be like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Indianapolis is taking TJ Watt at number 15 overall. And then the Ravens get Derek Barnett, and the Washington Redskins get Haason Reddick out of Temple.
All right, we'll see if those predictions pan out.
I'm going to put it to text. 13, Ari selects John Allen. 14, PHI selects Kevin King. 15, Ind selects TJ Watt. 16, BAL selects Derek Barnett. 17, Washington selects Haason Reddick. Official predictions.
Hooray!
And they're on paper, so I can't even backtrack, even if I wanted to.
All right, partner. I am going to excuse myself again for a moment. I have to use the bathroom, but you can keep talking football with the fans and anything else that's going on in chat, which has been a really weird space. I'll be back, guys.
Not Kenny King, Cliff. Kevin King. He is literally the most athletic corner in this entire class. And it's honestly not even really that close. Like, the next most athletic corner behind Kevin King is Akalo Witherspoon, and he's really, really athletic, but Kevin King is just on another level. Like, he's 6'3", and he ran a 6'6" 3 cone. That's incredible. That's freaking ridiculous. Like, that would be amazing for a 5'11" player, and he's 6'3". He's amazing. Oh, and now Deion Sanders is going to interview Deshaun Watson, the new quarterback of the Houston Texans. Oh, boy. Oh, it's good to know Abel's in chat, and he's happy about my prediction that the Ravens are going to get Derek Barnett. That's awesome. Yeah, I like Barnett quite a bit. I think Barnett is going to be underrated. I think Barnett is going to end up being a very, very solid pick for whoever picks him. He's one of those guys that, like, people say, oh, Derek Barnett, he was good in college, but he's not very athletic. But then you actually look at his athletic testing numbers from the combine, and he is actually not that bad. I mean, he's not elite by any means, but his broad jump is good enough. His 3-cone drill is really good. You know, I think Derek Barnett, and plus Derek Barnett's like 21 years old, which is really good for a player like in his range. And especially if he goes to the Ravens, he's basically just going to end up replacing T. Sizzle. Because he's got pretty much all the traits that Terrell Suggs has. Favorite of all, Cliff, you're asking favorite of all time. Do you just mean favorite football player of all time, or like a specific position, or what? Because I don't know. I don't know if I even have a favorite football player of all time. But if you narrow it down to position, I might have an easier time coming up with a name for you. I would argue that Walter Payton is the best running back of all time, for sure. But I don't know about favorite. Oh, God. Favorite football player of all time? I mean, shit, man. Damn, that's tough for me. Maybe Lawrence Taylor? Maybe back. Reggie White? I'm an edge rusher kind of guy, so. Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I mean, Randy Moss is my favorite wide receiver of all time, yeah.
All right. I didn't miss anything. Cardinals apparently are still on the clock. All right, then.
Yeah, they are. My favorite. Oh, Jesus! Don't do this to me. How about Chris Dolman? How's that for an answer for my favorite D-line player of all time? How are you feeling, John?
Dude, I'm so fucking ignorant. I'm just happy to be here. I really have no opinion. I wouldn't even have an opinion when the Falcons make a pick.
Now I kind of feel bad. I'm sorry.
No, dude, I am so out of my element, but I'll tell you what's putting the stupidest grin on my face. I was even saying it while I was taking care of business. You are crushing it right now. Like, you sound like you've been fucking doing this for years. But I know you've been a fan for a long time. But, yeah, just loving picking your brain. And I've been talking random, like, drugs and shit with Chad. So we're all kind of doing our own thing. It's the NFL draft. It's a good fucking time. But, yeah, I'm so ignorant about this, guys. Like, even when the Falcons make a pick, I probably won't even have much to say then. And that's the team I do
Falcons are going to end up picking Jordan Willis.
Now, how do we feel about that? Is that defensive? Because I do think Falcons need to focus on their defense. Well,
Willis is an edge rusher. I think he is the guy who's going to be a lot better NFL player than he was a college player, because he's a really freaky athlete. And honestly, I think that his college coaches asked him to maintain a higher weight than what is natural for him, because I think he looked a lot thicker and heavier on film than what his weight at the combine suggests. So I'm guessing he dropped some weight to go to the combine, and then he blew the combine the hell up.
Oh, wow.
So Cardinals pick is in. Arizona, the pick is in, and now they're still showing Deshaun Watson tape. Kid Coheed waiting on number 23. Wait, Kid Coheed, are you a Giants fan?
Yeah, again, that's what I wanted to know from Chad is who is everybody a fan of? And wow, I just called Johnny Dolph Ziggler scumbag.
That's what I was saying wow about too. That is low.
Yeah, I think I want to die. So thanks to that Bullet Club versus the Shield. I was actually having a good time here, and now I'm feeling that existential.
By the way, it's funny to me that on NFL Network they're comparing Deshaun Watson to Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota had a 56 mile per hour pass velocity at the combine. That's 11 miles per hour faster than Deshaun Watson. That's a massive difference. We're talking like 25% better. Like, that's huge.
All right, let me get in my trial. Okay, yeah. Cardinals got the pick on it. And then the Eagles at 14. I'm actually curious what my household will think about the Eagles pick, because I know my dad's like the really big Eagles fan there. My grandma's kind of touch and go. She's kind of like me, honestly. She's invested in that one team, but she'll never be able to have that football conversation with you. So we'll have to see. And I think my sister Stacy's also still an Eagles fan, so I have to see how she thinks about this. I think she was even really excited for this draft. She's like, I'm all ready for this. Watch the disappointment come in. Like, oh, we picked that? Yeah, you did.
Oh my god. Whew. Abel, if Dalvin Cook doesn't get drafted by Tampa Bay at 19, he's falling to the second round.
I love that Abel's here. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
By the way, Abel, I don't know if that pick is current. That facial hair is swag as fuck, bruh.
Oh, and by the way, Kid Coheed, I think the Giants are going to end up with either a tight end or an offensive lineman in this draft. The only other guy I can see them taking is like Malik McDowell, if they're okay with his character concerns. I'm just waiting for us to get into like the 20s and for someone to be on the board that I'm just like, no, why is he still on the board? Why has he not been taken yet? He's too good. I mean, from the looks of it, it's going to be Malik Hooker. How has he not been taken yet?
Yeah, dude, the way you've been going on about that name, like, it really is starting to get to the point where, like, is anybody going to pick him? Maybe the Falcons will get lucky and we'll get him or something. I don't freaking know.
Oh, the Cardinals got Reddick. That's awesome. Great pick, Cards.
Nice to see one team made a positive pick. I feel like it's been on kind of a decline lately, but yeah, that's.
See, I had Reddick going to Washington at 17, so now already I'm wrong. But I'm guessing now. I mean, you can just switch those picks instead of John Allen to the Cardinals and Reddick to the Redskins. We can send John Allen over to Washington, and he makes sense there too because they need 3-4 defensive ends.
Paul William Gregory, I think I'm going to become an honorary Carolina Panthers fan because they have a cool name. Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul, but then you're going to end up getting completely and totally blacklisted by the Twitwell crew.
I know. I mean, come on. But, well, I mean, Paul already does kind of exhibit villainous tendencies, which I find immensely attractive for obvious reasons. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to fully commit, Paul. That seems a bit much. This is coming from me. Okay, so really.
I mean, not to mention they drafted Christian McCaffrey. So if you're going to cheer for a team, you might as well cheer for one with a good future instead of that.
Yeah, Brendan, we will see you tomorrow for Q&A. Oh, my God, that's a thing. Oh, my God, that's a thing. Yeah, that's right.
I feel like I'm already doing a Q&A tonight with people asking football questions. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I know, right? No, dude, I'm telling you, you're crushing it. That's really the best part of this for me. Like, I may be a fish out of water, but you're killing it at least. And yeah, we're all been invited by the
Philadelphia. The Eagles are on the clock.
Now, Cliff, I know that you said your shoulder would never diminish again, but so I'm going to phrase this question a little bit differently. How is your shoulder feeling about the draft at present? Is it feeling optimistic? Is it feeling good about things? Jarvis, thing is, I love the Panthers because of Cam, but Julio is still a thing. You're goddamn right he is. Cliff, hashtag the Ashton Show. Hey, I can get behind that wholeheartedly. So what are your guys' opinions on the Redskins name? Honestly, I'm tired of the debate. I can't even believe it's still going on. I think I've just kind of got fatigued after everything came out. But there are assholes everywhere, and I don't think they're ever going to...
Here's the thing. I don't think that you should control or try to control people's feelings. So if people want to feel offended by the name of a football team, that's their priority to kind of sort that out. But what I will say is if the name ever gets to the point where so many people find it offensive that it starts costing the Washington football team money, that'll be when they change it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do we say about it?
Because at the end of the day, it's still a business. So they don't really care if they get bad press unless said bad press costs them money.
Gotta hit them in the wallet, people.
Kyle Roberson, the Steelers, honestly, I'm kind of struggling with them just because I don't know who's going to be available. I think they're going to go edge rusher. If TJ Watt is still available, he's the perfect pick for them, but I don't think he'll be there. Tyus Bowser would be a good pick. Honestly, even though I think the Falcons are targeting him, Jordan Willis would be a solid pick for the Steelers. The guy that I think would be a shit pick, but I think is a possible guy that they might actually get, would be Carl Lawson, because I think that they would want him to just learn under James Harrison for a year or two, just because they have similar stature and they're kind of close to similar players. but I don't think Lawson has the dog in him that James Harrison has, so I don't know.
All right, Eagles are on the clock.
Reuben Foster is not getting drafted to Philadelphia. They have Jordan Hicks. They don't need another middle linebacker. Jesus Christ, man, I hate your face.
First, I thought you were getting that tone with somebody in chat. I'm like, man, it's a happy atmosphere. But no, these analysts, I don't think I've ever really liked football analysts like on any channel, especially now that I've gotten into it like the past 2 seasons with you. They all sound like they have their own head up their ass. So I just tend to steer clear of it in general. Oh my God, that hat looks awful on you. What the fuck are you doing? Eagles still on the clock.
Hey man, he's good. He's a very talented guy. He's super athletic. People don't really understand that he is not an edge rusher. He is an off-ball linebacker. He's way too small to be an edge rusher. For edge rushers, really height and weight both matter. In general, you want a guy who's at least 6'2.5", at least 245 pounds. He's 6'1" and about 237. But athletically, he is highly comparable to an all-pro middle linebacker by the name of Bobby Wagner. Plays for the Seahawks. Really, not ridiculously fast, not like Deion Jones fast, but definitely fast enough. Hyper explosive, ridiculous jumps, pretty athletic. I love Haason Reddick. I think people don't understand how good of a middle linebacker prospect he is, and I think that the Cardinals drafted him to play that inside linebacker spot, not on the edge.
All right, well, we shall see. I think I just saw that the Eagles pick is coming in. Yeah, pick is coming in. Then the Colts come after. That should be interesting.
Honestly, the Colts are to me, the Colts are the first real wild card pick because there are a lot of different positions I could see them going. They could go interior offensive line. They could, if the Eagles don't take John Allen, the Colts might want to take him for the value, but I don't really think they need a player like that or at that position. They could go with an edge rusher like Derek Barnett. They could go for an athletic guy who can play edge like TJ Watt. I love TJ Watt to Indianapolis. I think that pick makes a lot of sense. They could go Tyus Bowser. He's another one that would make a lot of sense. He's another great athlete. Tyus Bowser is athletically very similar to Von Miller, who's an amazing NFL player. He's just got a lot longer to go as far as refining his actual technique and learning how to use his hands and stuff like that than Von Miller did. Von Miller was the second overall pick in 2011, so of course Bowser isn't as far along as he was, but I still love Tyus Bowser. And then TJ Watt, Derek Barnett is, I guess, in the options for Indianapolis. Who is it? Here we go. Eagles pick. I think they're going to go corner. They might pick Foster. There are some rumors that they might be interested in a running back here. I don't think they're going to take Dalvin Cook, though. Joe Mixon is my number 1 rated running back, but there's a video online of him punching a girl who got up in his face and called him the N-word and shit. But the idea that the video is out there and that he visibly punched a female means that he's probably going to fall, but he's easily the most talented running back in this class. Here we go.
We got
Derek Barnett. Oh, what? I'm so sorry, Abel. I set you up to be disappointed. Oh, what? I told Abel that the Ravens were getting Barnett, but the Eagles snatched him out from under him. That's amazing.
Well, what do you think about that then?
Dude, I don't even know. It's funny, honestly, because I love Derek Barnett as a player. I think he's really underrated, but I don't think do the Eagles even have room for him on the starting lineup?
Well,
I think they just signed Chris Long. Are they a 4-3 or 3-4? I think they're a 4-3. They're a 4-3, and you would want Barnett at right end in a 4-3, but they already have Brandon Graham, so I don't even know, man. I have no clue. And they have Alex McAllister and Marcus Smith. This pick is, honestly, I think this is the Eagles just saying, you know what, screw it. We're not drafting for need. We're drafting best value. We're going best player available, and Barnett was probably the best guy on their board, so they just went with him.
All right, well, definitely a surprise. I love Abel's no, why, Eagles, why? So, yeah, we shall see.
Wow, this is really interesting to me because now, dude, Malik Hooker is still on the board.
Yeah. We're going to keep saying that every time he doesn't get picked until a team finally decides to fucking snag him. But really,
he's the fourth best player in this entire class. Why is no one taking him?
I hope he's not on suicide watch because he probably felt the same way about himself until today.
My God.
He's probably pulling a Will. How come they don't want me, man?
Oh, God, don't bring that scene up. It makes me misty-eyed every time.
It's so good. I think the best piece of acting on that entire show, personally. Oh, man.
Eagles fans are up in arms right now. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Yeah, Derek Barnett is an Eagle. Wow, man, that's crazy to me.
Oh, man. Well.
Oh, Indianapolis pick is in, so draft is moving a little bit faster than I thought it would. Like, we might be done by 12:30 instead of 1:30, but it's still moving at a snail's pace, brother.
Absolutely. Well, we shall see who the Colts picked here.
Man, they just showed, apparently Haason Reddick grew up in Arizona before he went to Philadelphia to play for Temple. So the fact that Arizona Cardinals picked him, he's pretty excited about that. That's pretty cool. Colts pick is in, man. Oh, God, Abel, don't put me on the spot now. I made a prediction I made a prediction already, and I was premature because Barnett got taken early. Shit.
Yeah, Abel, Ashton was wrong. He's tainted goods
now. Hell. Javaris Carter with a $2 super chat. NBA update. Raptors win series versus the Bucks. 4-2. So the Raptors beat the Bucks in 6 games. But anyway, honestly, Abel, just switch the Colts and Eagles pick, or the Ravens and Eagles picks. The Eagles got Barnett, so let's give the Ravens Kevin King.
Cliff saying, yeah, time to wallow in the corner again for what seems like the 50th year in a row. But at least Becky Lynch knows you exist in that corner, Cliff, so it could always be worse.
Whew, brother, this is fun.
No, I could tell, like, you're in it. I mean, I tell everybody, like, this is what you've been waiting for because you're the football fan. I'm a Falcons fan. You're a football fan. There's a world of difference there. And,
Abel, you think you like it? Believe me, you like it. Kevin King is a freak, man. He is amazing. Like I said earlier, he is 6'3". He's got a ridiculous wingspan. And he ran a 6.65 3-cone drill. That is abnormal. That's like superhuman. That's incredible.
My life is a lie. Oh my God, Cliff is spiraling out of control.
What happened with Cliff? What happened with Cliff?
I think he's having an existential crisis due to the Eagles.
But why?
Pick.
What caused? Oh wait, is it? Oh, is Cliff an Eagles fan?
I don't even know what I think he's a Chargers fan. I thought we established, so that's on me. And yeah, and then
I don't know what fan he is. He might not be a Chargers fan. He was talking about Mike Williams earlier, but he's talking about other picks too.
Dude, at the rate he's spiraling out of control, he doesn't even know what kind of fan he is. Get it together, Cliff. Wow, I'm the mark? Okay. Yeah, enjoy that My Chemical Romance CD, asshole.
I mean, and dude, the crazy thing is, Kevin King ran a 6.65 3-cone. He also ran like a sub 4-second short shuttle, which is also like superhuman, like to do. Because you got to realize the short shuttle, you run in one direction 5 yards, I think, and then you run in another direction 10 yards. Like you have to make a 180-degree turn and turn around and run 10 yards, and then you have to make another 180-degree turn and run another 5 yards. It's 20 yards total, but there are 2 huge 180-degree changes of direction in it, and like it's really, really hard to run that in under 4 seconds, and Kevin King did. Oh, God, now they're going to show Myles Garrett versus Derek Barnett in frickin' statistics. We get it. Derek Barnett put up more sacks than Myles Garrett. That doesn't make him a better pick. best college players aren't always – actually, they're almost never the best NFL players. That's not how this works.
Yeah, that's why anymore when you and I watch footage, I try and rein in my excitement because, yeah, big difference between college and the big leagues. Wow. Kid Coheed and Cliff have got that beef. Hey, Cliff, fuck your team. Hey, Kid, fuck your face, Tom Phillips style.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Cliff, you're an Eagles fan. You know, the best thing about when you're an Eagles fan, and I'm speaking in the case of my father, is when I'd always be able to go up to him after they choked for the millionth time and say, well, there's always next year, but next year never really comes for them now, does it? So, yeah, good luck with that. It's amazing that you can...
Here we go. Who's their pick? Oh, Malik Hooker, finally.
Finally, yeah, and he goes with the Colts. Nice. So what do you think about Malik Hooker? But
they got their new Bob Sanders. Wow, that's huge. Good for you, Indianapolis. God, I feel so bad for Malik Hooker. He's so freaking good. How did he fall all the way to 15? I mean, crazy thing is Mike Mayock, who is the NFL Network's resident draft expert in freaking Samoa Joe Kukina clutch quotes.
Right.
And he had Malik Hooker fall into like the 19th pick in a mock draft that he did yesterday. So apparently the rumor was floating that Hooker wasn't going to get taken as early as people thought. And that one happened to be true, even though the Corey Davis not going to get taken as early as people think rumor was false.
All right, so the Colts, finally, Malik Hooker has a home.
Yes.
Which puts the Ravens on the clock. Abel, how are
Dude,
you
look at this
right
guy.
now,
Look at the way this guy plays the ball in the air. He is so good. I love Malik Hooker, man. Look at this.
I think
tips it and then grabs it. Yes.
Again, I think you're ahead of me, but I'm reading this stat here. Had 7 interceptions during his only season as a starter for the Buckeyes. That's impressive.
He's awesome.
Yeah, it is a big day here at the draft. I'm getting Abel all hyped. I'm very excited for him. Oh, man, I have no idea who we are drafting. Well, that makes 2 of us, Abel. So, yeah, I hope you guys get a good one, though.
Honestly, just knowing Ozzie Newsome, it wouldn't surprise me if the Ravens took John Allen, just because they're just like, this guy that everyone else had in their top 5 fell to us at 16. So even though we don't really need a player at that position, we're going to take him anyway.
I feel like that's a lot of build for something very anticlimactic. I mean, this is the draft, not James's sex life, so I'm hoping we can do a little better than that.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to end up being to me, it's either John Allen or Kevin King. It's going to be one of those guys, I think.
And again, in the conversation, Kevin King, though, seems like the superior choice because you were like, he's excellent stuff, right? So.
Oh, yeah. In my opinion, yeah, Kevin King is going to be a way better pro than John Allen. But I think John Allen's extremely overrated, and I think Kevin King's extremely underrated. So that's, two different lines of thought there. Like, in general, draft media, I think, sees John Allen as more of a top 5 pick and Kevin King as more of like a fringe first, early, second type guy.
Right.
So like in the 25 to 40 range rather than 16.
Right. Okay. Oh, Kid Coheed just made it personal. He's like, you got a shitty team to go with a shitty shoulder. Shit.
No, John, not shit. Shitty.
That's what I said. Shitty team with a shitty shoulder.
I know, but then you said, oh, shit. But you should have said, oh, shitty. Only one of those statements are factual. Yeah, the Eagles are on a downhill spiral.
I love how he did it, though, with Cab, so, emphasis, as if emphasizing his sadness. Hey! Only one of those things are factual, all right? God!
Oh, Kid Coheed doubling down. No, both are factual.
Whoa. Guys, we are all friends here, and if you're gonna kill each other, at least make it great. Let's see. Who's going to be the next quarterback? I don't know. I mean, Ashton already said all the good ones seem to be taken. Are there any other teams, Ashton, left on the board that even need a quarterback?
Yeah, I'm sure there are. I mean, I think the Giants want a quarterback just because Eli is getting older and declining fast.
Right.
The Browns, since they traded back, they obviously need a quarterback. They were supposed to pick at 12th, and they traded all the way back to 25 so that the Houston Texans could get Deshaun Watson. So that the Browns are still picking at 25. They definitely, I could definitely see them drafting a quarterback at 25, but like, are they seriously going to draft Davis Webb at 25? Like, I don't know. Maybe Kaiser, but even then, like, I'm not a fan of Kaiser. I don't know. Like, the Browns, they would probably be better off just not drafting a quarterback in this class.
Cliff, why do I shout at someone every day? First John, now this. God. Yeah, you need to get your shit together, bruh. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think that my face doesn't trigger you, but maybe I need to reassess
that. Let's see. XXNCrazeXX, who's new to the channel, said that he hopes the Eagles take Joe Mixon in the second round. Honestly, I think the earliest that I could see Joe Mixon getting drafted is 23 to the Giants because they need a running back bad, and Joe Mixon is freaking amazingly talented. But I do think he's going to fall to the second, but I don't know if he's going to fall to the second round pick for the Eagles because I want to say that's like 47th overall, 46th, somewhere around there. And I'm thinking Mixon goes somewhere in like the 35 to 42 range.
I'm just really excited for Abel here. We got the Ravens pick coming in. How you feeling, Abel? Look alive. Plus, it'll be a nice diversion from Kid and Cliff killing each other.
Is Abel, is he even in chat still?
I feel like he is. He just really hasn't spoken all that much since initially arriving. Oh, Paul, it's adorable seeing you try. I mean, then again,
I think the Bengals have made the playoffs like 5 seasons in a row now. Like, they're always in the playoffs, but they never win in the playoffs. So what does that tell you?
Abel, it's my personal opinion that Mojo Rawley wishes he could be you, because in that case he'd be trading up. But you know what? You just roll with it. I know you're really excited right now.
Here we go.
Ravens about to make their pick.
Baltimore pick. John Allen, Kevin King, or maybe Marlon Humphrey if they like him more than Kevin King. I don't know, man.
We'll see here.
They're doing an intro for a Make-A-Wish kid, so is he going to get to announce the pick, I think?
Yeah, that's usually what they do. Wow, yeah. Abel. They're really hyping this. They're even like, yeah, we got a special person to announce this pick.
Here we go. NFL draft. Who are they picking? Oh, they went with Humphrey. Okay. Marlon Humphrey. He was like a last second thing where I was like, if they like him more than King, they might go with Humphrey. But yeah. Man, Marlon Humphrey is he's got some great length to him. He's not a super special athlete, but he does have deep speed, which is good for a corner. I mean, he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be like one of those guys where he's going to be a good, solid, consistent starter, but he'll never really be a big star.
Yeah, I mean, Abel, I don't know. Abel, how do you feel about it? You're the Ravens fan. I know you're going to be following this team closely this upcoming season.
Never ask a person who is a fan of a team what they think of their favorite team's pick, because if they like it, they love it. And if it's anything that they aren't the biggest fan of, it's the worst pick ever.
So I guess when it comes to our Falcons picking, you're just going to be mum on the whole thing, following that logic.
I'm really, really kind of bad at being able to hide my emotions when it comes to the Falcons. So I'm probably going to give my opinions because that's what we're here to do.
I was going to say, if there's any appropriate forum, and yeah, their Abel is, I love it, in all caps. You commit to it, you magnificent bastard. I love it.
And that's the thing, too, is that, the idea of drafting Marlon Humphrey might not have been all that attractive to Abel 20 minutes ago, but now that he knows Marlon Humphrey is a Raven, he's the biggest Marlon Humphrey fan because he's a Raven.
Go and watch all that footage. He'll be like, yeah, I'm on this shit.
Yeah, that's how it works. I've noticed that. Like, I've been hardcore into the draft for only like 3 or so years now, but I've been paying attention to the draft for closer to 10, and I've definitely noticed that even though people might not like the idea of drafting a guy, typically when the guy actually does get drafted to their team, they become the biggest fan of that person.
Well, Abel, I wish you and your Ravens all the best. And, of course, I know they still have picks to make. The draft is far from over.
And that's going to happen to me, too. If we draft Jordan Willis, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan Willis, but if we draft him, I'm going to find all the positives about Jordan Willis and why I should love him.
That's the beauty of football, man. You stick by your fucking team. And it's just like, we will make this shit work. Marlon Humphrey binge watching me again tonight. I just love everything about your existence, Abel. It's wonderful. Yeah, Kid Coheed's just like, because us fans need to believe our front office got shit right.
Yeah, and that really is what it is. It's really just people who are a fan of a football team need to allow themselves to believe that football team knows what the hell they're doing.
Like this it's like that dog in the flaming room meme. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everything is fine. Nothing amiss here.
Just reading the newspaper.
Just my face is slowly melting off. It's kind of agonizing, but whatevs.
Oh man, well, it's kind of funny because if Washington picks John Allen now, it's going to be a really interesting situation.
I'll tell you, Ashton, I mean, you already know kind of where I sit as far as like teams and everything go. I'm already looking now because let's see where they are. Because before 19, so not even that long. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, our last division rival, to make a pick in the first round. Very curious who they'll pick, and then of course comes us as far as my interest goes. So yeah,
I got to tell you, man, it's nice that we're a nice reminder of their place, knowing that the Bucs, Panthers, and Saints all pick in the top 20. And we're just sitting back, chilling out with the 31st overall pick because that's what winners do.
Exactly. Like, oh, yeah, you guys like your spot? Yeah, we love our spot, because you only get here if you actually made it to a Super Bowl.
Oh, the Saints are picking at 32. Yeah, too bad you had to trade your way into it, you frauds.
Yeah, division rivals, in the words of Adam Cole, I'm going to need you to suck my dick.
And I love, too, that we're picking right in front of the Saints. So, if we get word that they want someone, we can be like, we're taking him instead. Screw you.
Yeah, just piss all over them.
The Washington pick is in. To me, it's got to be one of 3 players. It's got to be either John Allen, Forrest Lamp, or Zach Cunningham. I love Lamp, John. I love Lamp.
No, it's not you. It's just man chat tonight. Oh my god. And Cliff is doing the Adam Cole complex. Adam Cole?
Adam Cole? Adam Cole.
Pretty soon.
Adam Cole. 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 Adam Cole.
Dude, after Excalibur said he was 1,186 pounds, I guarantee you Adam Cole was in his bathroom smearing lipstick all over himself saying, Adam Cole, I'm beautiful! Adam Cole!
Yeah.
He is beautiful, though, by the way. I think he is one sexy son of a bitch. Don't you listen to Excalibur, Adam. You're wonderful. Yeah, Paul, you have really been in another place tonight. I'm still looking at that comment, brother. And then he's like, how about those Cardinals, eh? Oh, God, Paul. Adam Cole with lipstick. Hot. Yeah, Cliff, it's an interesting visual for sure. Adam Cole looks like a potato. Wow, Kid Coheed. projecting much. I'm sorry. I don't even really know what you look like. That was unfair. But what do we got on the clock? Redskins.
I feel like everyone in chat is like trying to hit on BCVTS, and she hasn't posted in like 15 minutes.
I think you guys finally managed to scare her off, which surprises me. Oh, no, there she is. There she is. Oh, my God. No, she's into it. She's still into it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought they did scare her off, but she's still around. All right.
Yeah, Jarveris can't wait for Adam Cole to come to NXT. Yeah, so it can become Brock Vaughn, baby.
Oh, man. All these commercials.
Yeah, commercials can suck a dick, which is appropriate given that we've been talking about Adam Cole all this time.
Adam Cole, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, Bull covers the Shield explaining that her computer is shit. I'm sure so are most computers.
What's wrong with your computer, BCVTS? You got to explain this to us. What's going on with the compy?
Well, explain it to him. I don't want to give off the impression that I actually have a vested interest in your life, because screw yourself. But, yeah.
Wow.
We have a feud going on, man. I have to uphold my end of it. Potatoes are delicious. How do you like your potatoes, Cliff? I'm personally like a fried man myself, though I have an appreciation for baked, even though I don't have it often. Mainly because I wish myself that selection.
I love that Goodell gets booed every time he goes up to the term.
They hate him so much. Top heel for the win.
Yeah. They got John Allen. There it is. Oh, man. Washington with the John Allen pick. Boy, oh, boy. Congratulations, Washington. You got, basically, Pernell McPhee.
Bull covers the Shield. My computer is old. Very old.
I see Cliff likes his potatoes the same way he likes himself baked.
Jarveris, no, John. He will still and forever be known as Adam Cole, baby! Well, certainly by New Japan standards he will be, because that's like the first 5 minutes of his fucking song.
It is really bad. It's so bad. Oh, my God.
It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me, to be honest. Mainly
wow.
Because...
The Tennessee pick is in already. Reuben Foster probably, actually. Now that I think about it, they probably went Reuben Foster.
Yeah, that was quick as fuck.
It's either Reuben Foster or Kevin King, because they didn't go CB at 5. Who gets more heel heat, Roger Goodell or Roman Reigns? Honestly, that's a really, really difficult question. I feel like... I want to say Roman.
Really? Because I was even going to say Goodell, because I feel like we like Roman Reigns, we just don't like what he currently is.
But I feel like Goodell's heat is almost like, oh, you're boring, boo, go away. Whereas with Roman's heat, it's like vicious, like angry, I hate you heat.
I hate you, person I don't know personally. God.
Yeah, Goodell has more X-Pac heat. Roman has genuine, I would stab you if we met in an alley heat.
Yeah. Can't believe Titans have already made their pick. That was quick as hell.
Hey, it's pretty awesome if you ask me.
Absolutely. But yeah,
look at the Redskins draft party. They're having so much fun. I hope you guys are happy about the completely unimpressive athlete you just got.
I love how you just pulled your pants down, just shit all over that. You guys having a great time? Yeah, this is what I think. Oh, enjoy that mediocrity. So good.
Oh, yeah. Love that mediocrity. Oh.
Love it good.
He's not Kawan Short. Kawan Short was athletic. He's a weird hybrid of, Pernell McPhee and Kerry Hyder.
That's probably been another favorite part of us doing this, is just hearing you react to the end. No, you're wrong about stuff. fuck your face. You don't know anything.
Yeah, he's phenomenal with his hands. You know who else is phenomenal with their hands? Literally every NFL offensive lineman.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that kind of a job requirement? That seems...
Well, yeah, it basically is. And John Allen being good at that is like, oh, he breathes. Cool, let's pick him.
Guys, this dude is really phenomenal with his hands. So you're saying at least he's alive then, right? Well, yeah. Okay, I guess that's a plus. I don't really want to draft a zombie. Anything else? No? Jesus Christ. This is why we'll never win a championship. God. Thanks, Bull Clovers Shield. I love you too. My God, Paul. Is this what it's like you joining us Twitwell after hours? Because it's like after... It's like, yeah, isn't it like after 3 in the morning over there? Isn't it like 3:20 right now?
Oh, dude, the Titans are totally going to go with O.J. Howard here at 18.
No, I forget.
I just saw that O.J. Howard was still available. That's definitely going to be the pick. Here we go. Oh my God! What? Okay, let's draft the 5'10" corner in the 18th overall slot. Okay. I gotta tell you, brother, this is definitely one that I can't get behind.
Okay, well, yeah, it even sounded like it. You sounded so uncomfortable, like, every kind of comfort I was holding on to just kind of left me. Yeah, Abel's even like Ashton's reaction to the Titans pick.
I mean, he's athletic-ish. The thing is, like, people are saying, oh, Adoree Jackson, he might break the 40-time record, and then he ran like a 4.42, which is, I mean, it's good. But he's 5'10", and you would expect more. That's the thing, like, smaller guys, if a smaller guy is as athletic as a bigger guy, why wouldn't you take the bigger guy? Oh, my God, the Bucs pick is in, too.
They're going quick. You know what? I may miss this, but I have to excuse myself.
Dalvin Cook. Did you say you were going to leave already?
Yes. So I may miss the pick, but you can fill me in when I come back.
We've only been doing this for 2 hours, and you've already left 3 times. How is this happening?
Tiny bladder syndrome, okay?
All right. Oh, go away with your intangibles. The only thing I care about is what's actually measurable, what's tangible, what I can, compare objectively between players. Adoree Jackson is small and not athletic enough to warrant a top 20 pick. I mean, I like Adoree Jackson. Don't get me wrong, but not at 18th overall. Jesus Christ. Honestly, like, that's... Why in the world would you take him over Kevin King? That makes no sense to me. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. I never thought I'd see the day that I would be doing this, but here we are. Adding live commentary to the draft. Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay could pick O.J. Howard. That would be kind of funny. Oh, my God. Okay, guys, so here's the thing. Adoree Jackson is 5'10", 186. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.42 seconds. That's, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's pretty good. But at 5'10", 186, you want faster. Kevin King is 6'3", 200 pounds, and he ran the 40-yard dash in 4.43 seconds. So 1/100th of a second slower than a guy who is 5 inches and 15 pounds his junior. So, and then, I mean, you want to talk about explosion. Adoree Jackson, 36-inch vert. That's pretty good, but it's not great. Kevin King at 200 pounds, 14 pounds heavier than Adoree Jackson, 39.5-inch vert. Like, it's really, I don't understand this pick whatsoever. Yeah, Kevin King is a monster. 6'6", 3-cone, 3.89, 20-yard shuttle, 39.5-inch vert. I think he had like an 11-foot broad jump too, but I'm not seeing that on the paper I'm looking at. Still, Kevin King is still available, and Adoree Jackson was just picked. Okay, let's just roll with it. Oh no, here's the thing, Cliff. Great athleticism isn't like an automatic green card to say, go, you're an amazing player now. But when you have a big group of players who are similar in talent, it's a lot easier to teach the great athlete's technique than it is to teach a great technician athleticism. You can't teach athleticism. You can teach technique. You can teach ball skills. You can teach all that stuff. Athleticism is something that is inherent in a player.
Back.
Welcome back. I was just explaining why I care so much about these athletic testing numbers. The theory is basically you can't teach that. You can't, no amount of good coaching is going to make a subpar athlete suddenly athletic. So you draft the athletes and you fix their flaws that aren't athletically related with coaching. Like, that's the whole point.
Bucks haven't made their pick yet, but it is coming in.
You can hear me, right, John?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. Oh, man. Abel thinks the Bucks are going O.J. Howard. I think if they don't like Dalvin Cook in the first round, they're probably going to go offensive line. Or, I mean, I guess O.J. Howard is possible, but, like, I know for a fact that they like Cameron Brate, their tight end. Actually, do they like Cameron Brate? Watch me look it up and have it turn out that Cameron Brate is, like, on a different team. No, he's a Buck. He's still at Tampa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they like Cameron Brate. He was pretty good for them last year, too. So, I don't know. Eagles have been dead since you let Reed, like Andy Reid. I mean, yeah, they haven't been good since Andy Reid left, but that's not why they're bad. It's just
I feel like they were bad even when he was around. I mean, again, I grew up in an Eagles
household. Yeah,
household.
They're like in his last season there, they went, I think, like 4-12. So like,
yeah, and see, that's the thing, and like again, I know fuck all about football. I'll be the first to admit that, but I feel like blaming a team's problems on any one person is never productive. I feel like football.
I mean, it's entirely possible for one person to ruin a team, and I mean, the thing is, the people who have that power are like the quarterback, the head coach, and the general manager. And like the owner, obviously, if he decides he wants to be a little bit too hands-on and he can screw things up. But like, that's about it. Those are the guys. Right. Those are the only guys. Those are the guys that matter most. You need to have a good owner who is willing to let the guys that he hires who are smarter than him do their jobs. You need to have a good general manager who's willing to work with everyone else to make sure that when he drafts the player that everyone is going to want him on the team. And obviously his job is also to pick the best players. Head coach needs to be able to use players the correct way and coach them up and make sure they're good. And the quarterback is the field general on the offense. Here we go, Bucks. Is it going to be OJ? Yep. Wow.
All right, so O.J. Howard with the Bucks. And now we go to the Broncos.
I'm happy because I feel like all three of our division rivals had bad first-round picks. Actually, you know what? I won't say that. I think the Saints had a good first-round pick, but I don't think that their first-round pick is going to make enough of a difference to split the difference between their success and ours.
Right. Now, as long as we don't fumble the ball, maybe first round will be good to us on the whole.
Paul, this show is going to be going for probably another 2 hours. So either, be willing to dip out before it's over or take a deep seat and turn your alarm off because you're going to want to sleep late.
Yeah, really.
Actually, you know what? It's 10:30. It's been going on for, 150 minutes? We're still averaging about 8 minutes per pick. So if we do 32 times 8, 256. So, yeah, a little 4 hours and 15 minutes, anywhere from 4:15 to 4.5. So, yeah, this should end sometime between 10 and 10:30. I mean, yeah, we're going to do the whole thing. Jeez, it's not like we're going to start live reacting to the first round and then suddenly be like, oh, I'm getting bored with this. I'm done. We're going to close this out. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. No, we're in this for the long haul. We're not going to do this tomorrow or Saturday because the first round is what people care about. But, yeah, it's still, we're going to. Oh, Abel has a Cameron Brate Dynasty owner. That's tough to deal with, man. Just hope that you get OJ in your team's rookie draft this year, I guess. Oh, my God, that's rough.
Well, Cliff, it's kind of a moot point to stop once the Falcons pick because there's only one other team after that, so you might as well finish it.
Yeah, we picked 31st out of 32 teams on today.
Let's see, Paulium Gregory. I'm not at work tomorrow. I'm going slightly mad. I'm exhausted. I'm happy about it. I'm aroused. I'm scared. I was ashamed at one time for a few seconds. Life is amazing even without drugs. Well, happy to hear it, brother. Happy to hear it.
And I appreciate that you quoted a Queen song, too. I'm going slightly mad. I love that song. I love Queen. They're so good.
Oh, God. Bullet Club versus the Shield seems smitten with you. Paulium Gregory, you're amazing.
Broncos. O-line or David Njoku? Garett Bolles. They went O-line. Garett Bolles. The first offensive lineman taken. Makes sense to me.
So how do you feel about that for the Broncos?
I love it. He's a really, really talented player. I love him at right tackle. I think he probably has the best feet in this class, so he can probably be a left tackle. I love him at guard. I think Garett Bolles is going to be definitely the best offensive lineman in this class. So it makes sense that he was the first offensive lineman taken in this class. That said, he is going to be a 25-year-old rookie, so that's a downside.
Kid Cohey said he feels like offensive lineman. That's weak this draft.
It is. That's why the first one wasn't taken until the 20th pick. Normally, you see one or two offensive linemen taken in the top 10, but this year's offensive line class was just bad. And the thing with Bolles is, I feel like if he was 4 years younger, he would have been like a top 10 pick. He probably would have gone to Buffalo at 10. They wouldn't have traded out of that spot or something like that. Maybe even to Carolina at 8. Maybe to frickin' the Jets at 6. Because he's his tape is great. His athleticism is great. He's a really, really good player, but he's 25. And to start your NFL career at 25 is a huge red flag.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, because I know football careers never really last very long, but I thought 25, that's still kind of on the young side. That's surprising to hear you say that, but...
Dude, you got to understand. I've been doing a lot of research on edge rushers lately, and for 4-3 defensive ends, turning 23 before the end of your rookie season is considered old.
Ooh, that is rough.
I mean, it's not the same position as Garett Bolles, and it varies from position to position, but you still you want young rookies.
Right. Paulium Gregory wants to know what your favorite Queen song is.
Favorite Queen song is probably Can't Stop Me Now, I think it's called. Or Won't Stop Me Now.
Yeah, Don't Stop Me Now. Bullet Club versus the Shield, that's also her favorite, so you guys share that.
Yeah, that's an amazing song. It's either that or Somebody to Love.
You still there? Oh, no, okay. So, yeah, we got Queen songs going on. Cliff saying Bohemian Rhapsody because that's just an easy pick. Nice. I can appreciate that, Cliff. Yeah, Detroit Lions, their pick is coming in. I feel like the pace has really picked up here. These teams are like, all right, fuck it. All the good people have been taken. Let's just make this fucking shit work. So, yeah, we have got left Dolphins, Giants, Raiders, Browns, Seahawks. Seahawks should be interesting. Bills, Cowboys, Packers, Steelers, our Falcons, and then the Saints. Scourge of the fucking earth.
There's Garett Bolles. I love Garett Bolles. He's a guy that I actually wanted the Falcons to get. In a mock draft that I made a couple of weeks ago, I had us actually trading up to, believe it or not, 18th overall because I thought that either the Bucs or the Broncos would want to take him and taking Garett Bolles at 18th overall. So kind of funny that I kind of called that one a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Now let's see. Yeah, okay, Detroit.
Oh no, that's Garett Bolles. Never mind. Okay, I thought I saw something, didn't see it. We're fine. Never mind.
All right,
The Lions are on the clock. I'm guessing they want Zach Cunningham, so I'm just gonna. Oh, Reuben Foster is still available. They're totally gonna take Reuben Foster.
Now, how would that be for them?
I mean, I guarantee you that their fans would freaking love it.
But does that necessarily mean it's a good pick?
I'm not a fan of Reuben Foster at all. I don't think he's that good.
Okay.
I think he's overrated. But,
right.
Draft pundits have him like top 5 most of the point. Like, here's the thing: Pro Football Focus. I think that their college coverage is absolutely garbage. But if you do think that they are worth taking into consideration, Reuben Foster was their second best player in the entire nation of college football this year. Or not because he was like their highest graded player behind Myles Garrett in the entire nation in college football. So they love him. They think he is like a game changer and he's going to be amazing. I'm just not a big fan of him because I think he's small and slow. Like, that's my thing. Is you can fix a guy if he has if he needs to get better technique or if he needs to learn how to tackle better or whatever. But you can't fix a lack of athleticism, and I think Foster he's small and slow, so I'm just not a big fan of Foster. But still, I mean, I've been wrong before about players, so it wouldn't be the first time. PW Gregory really likes Pink by Aerosmith. I'm not really a big Aerosmith fan.
Yeah, you guys talking about music, I'm like, I just feel a huge disconnect with the musicians being brought up. Walk this way is my shit, Cliff says. Paulie and Gregory, wait, did somebody say game changer? I don't think anybody did.
Rage Against the Machine? Bulls on Parade? You know that song, right, John? Bulls on Parade?
No.
What?
Yep.
Wow. How about Killing in the Name of?
No.
You've never heard Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine? Come on, man.
No. Just never heard of it.
Wow. I'm gonna have to give you a little bit of Rage Against the Machine education sometime.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, Paul, I said game changer. What of it? Can we end that meme, or weren't you the one that got butthurt that meme existed in the first place?
I just feel like that phrase just traumatized Paul. So.
Oh, am I triggering you, Paul? Guys, don't be too hard on John. He was very sheltered as a child, so him not knowing Rage Against the Machine is unfortunate, but you just kind of have to play along.
Yeah, I really couldn't cultivate my music, knowledge because I was too busy trying to live every day. Pretty shit childhood. So, Paulie and Gregory, I am the meme. Oh, don't we?
I am the one who memes.
Oh, God, now Kid Coheed's just having fun with it. Kid Coheed, I'll tell you, he talks about giving people the work. He's giving a lot of people shit tonight.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Depends on who you ask. But, yeah.
Kyle Roberson, Rage Against the Machine is way overrated. I mean, in order to be super overrated, don't you have to be rated really highly in the first place? I feel like Rage Against the Machine is pretty appropriately rated. Like, it's not like Rage Against the Machine is everyone's favorite band ever. They, they're like, they have like, it's like a cult classic movie, but in the form of a band. Like, they have their niche that people love them, and most people either have heard one or two songs or are unaware of them completely.
I guess analysts still talking about who they feel like the Lions are going to go with.
Yeah, to me, if it's not Foster, it's probably Cunningham, and if it's not either one of those guys, maybe Taco Charlton. Did you just laugh at Taco Charlton?
No, even though that is a funny name, admittedly. It was Cliff, Kyle.
Oh, here we go, Lions pick. Foster, Cunningham, or Charlton? Oh, what?
Oh, Jarrad Davis.
Wow. Okay. Oh, my God. They picked Davis over Cunningham and Foster.
Guessing you feel like that was a sour move.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a sour move. It's just surprising because Zach Cunningham and Reuben Foster play the same position as Jarrad Davis. And to me personally, I think Zach Cunningham is going to be a better pro than Jarrad Davis. And most draft pundits think the same about Reuben Foster. So that's why that's surprising.
Okay.
Like, Reuben Foster to me is like a mid-second, late second, maybe early third-round pick that people think are like this top 5 player because he went to Alabama. Because Alabama players always get overrated.
Right.
But, like, I think Zach Cunningham is going to be great in the NFL. And, I mean, I think they just picked Jarrad Davis because of his athleticism. He's a freaky athlete. I mean, that normally you would think, like, oh, he's a freaky athlete. Of course, Ashton, that sounds like a pick you would love. But he's got athleticism in some of the wrong places. To me, I like my linebackers to be fast and agile. He is like average in the speed and agility scores, but his explosion, like his burst, is what sets him apart. Like, I think he had like an 11-foot broad jump and like a 38.5-inch vert, which is like all really great and all, but oh Jesus. Atlanta's trying to trade up apparently, but anyway.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. I think that, man, that's whatever, man. I like Jarrad Davis as a project, but I don't think he's a first-round pick. I would have taken him like probably in like the 40 to 50 range-ish.
So with Jarrad Davis, though, because you said like a project, is really with Jarrad Davis the sentiment, like, I'm not interested in what you are, but I am interested in what you could become, and maybe that's the attraction for the Lions? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think he's that great of a football player right now, but he's got upside athletically. Here we go. Defensive end. The Dolphins got Charles Harris. Oh my God. Guys, I'm okay. Oh my God, the Dolphins went and got Charles Harris.
Is there even any real need for an analysis? I feel like that reaction was quite sufficient.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Holy crap. Oh, Jesus. They really did it. Oh my God.
Clip them all. That laugh is legendary.
Oh my God. Well, the Giants picked, so that's cool. That means the Falcons aren't going to trade up, hopefully, unless we trade up to like 26. Pick is in.
I'm just kind of comfortable. Like, it's already this late in the draft. You might as well stick with the number you got, unless, I mean, they're really jonesing for somebody, but I can't imagine that the Falcons would really be itching for that they would trade up.
I know we want Jordan Willis. I'm so glad that Charles Harris just went to the Dolphins, though, because I was hearing some rumors that we might have actually wanted to trade up for him. So, thank Christ he got taken before us. Oh, my God. I can't believe the Dolphins just got Charles Harris. Oh, my God. And then the funny thing is, like, I don't think Charles Harris is a complete failure of a football player, but he is not a 4-3 defensive end, and that's what Miami plays. Miami is a 4-3 team, and they are a very stringent 4-3 team, and they just drafted a guy who is like a tier 2 4-3 end who would have been way better off playing outside linebacker in a 3-4. Good Lord, what a terrible pick.
All right, well, we'll see if the Giants can do better, because I don't know, though, because that was the first pick since, you know, we've been live reacting. That your reaction was just straight up laughter, like prolonged fucking laughter. I don't know if anybody else can do worse. That's really bad. So
that was definitely the worst pick since Mike Williams. Oh my God. And the Eagles drafted like a backup. And that was still the worst pick since Mike Williams.
I mean, you know, at least Miami put effort into sucking, so
apologies Cliff, for that pot shot. It wasn't intended for you. It was intended for just the Eagles front office. Okay. Well, at least he's aware regarding the Eagles. Man, what a draft!
Yeah, I mean, really, us doing it was worth it for just that straight minute of laughter alone. I'm like, that's good. That's great.
So the Giants, I've been saying for a long time, the Giants are taking a tight end here. O.J. Howard is already gone, which means that it's either going to be David Njoku from Miami, who I love, or Evan Engram, who the Falcons were trying to trade up for, I think. You still there, John?
No, I just keep seeing this thing for this FX show, and I'm like, is it a show? Is it like a PSA? Is this like about the origin of crack? Because I don't know what's going on. This is how crack began. Is this like, yeah, what is this? Snowfall. Okay, I might actually check that out. I love a good drug show. So, still plowing through Narcos, because the family they're kind of meh on it, but I'm quite enjoying it. Let's see. We did a preview and predictions earlier. Actually, yeah, Cliff, we did. If any of you blacked out, I know I wanted to after the rant I went on about fucking Payback. Yes, Kid Coheed, the CIA did make crack.
Oh my God. Guys, the Giants are about to pick Evan Engram, which, it's kind of funny, actually, because Evan Engram is my second best wide receiver in this class. And I actually compared him to Brandon Marshall. And the reason that's funny is because, first of all, the Giants are drafting him to play tight end, not receiver. And second of all, they literally just signed Brandon Marshall himself this offseason. So really, really interesting if they're going to go with Engram. I love David Njoku. David Njoku is not only the best tight end in this class to me, he was actually a top 12 player for me in this entire class, and he still hasn't been picked yet. So here we go.
All right, who we got here, Giants?
Roger Goodell. It's Engram, yep. Woo, lads. My goodness. Well, he is. I think he's going to be good, but I don't know if they really want him playing tight end. He's a wide receiver to me. He's big. Like, the thing is, as a tight end, I don't think he's going to do much. He might be like a Jordan Reed type tight end who, Jordan Reed's been good, but he's undersized. And because he's so undersized, he's dealt with some pretty major injury issues. And that's pretty much what Engram is too. He's an undersized tight end. Or if you put him outside, he's got the speed and the athleticism to play wide receiver. And if he drops another like 10 pounds or so, because he dropped 5 pounds from late January to late February, so over a month. And if you can get him to drop another like 10-ish pounds over the next few months, I think he can be a great wide receiver.
Right.
And like I said, I compare him to Brandon Marshall, which is funny because the Giants just signed Brandon Marshall himself this offseason. So I don't really know why they would want Evan Engram. Obviously, I shouldn't say that. Obviously, they want him at tight end, but I think it's a mistake to use him in a tight end capacity.
Right.
Honestly, if I was the Giants here, I might have probably just gotten Joe Mixon and dealt with the media afterwards because they need a running back. Their running game is god-awful, and I think Joe Mixon is like a one-person fix to their entire problem. Oakland's up. Oh, man. I wonder if they're going to take Malik McDowell like all of their fans want them to.
Yeah, I know my friend Ryan used to be a Oakland Raiders fan. I don't even know if he still keeps his finger on the pulse with that stuff, but we'll see who they pick. They are on the clock. They're actually taking their time a bit more. I feel like the last few picks have been like, bam, we got it. Not even registering a second on the clock. Oakland actually is taking their time. They're being thoughtful, which I can appreciate. Hopefully that uses the time wisely. Man, the Titans started so well by picking Corey Davis at 5, and then they went and picked Adoree Jackson. I'm looking forward to the 25th pick. I want to see who Cleveland picks because they already got Myles Garrett. I'm curious who they get at 25. Yeah, let's see who they pair with Myles Garrett with this first-round pick. Kid Coheed's disgusted. He says he's out. So later, Kid Coheed, we're very glad that you could join us for as long as you did. And Cliff says he'll be out of chat for 10 minutes, but he will be back. So good shit.
Kid Coheed, just because you're disgusted with what your team did doesn't mean you need to leave us. We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, really. Why put the hole in my heart, man? Damn. But Raiders still on the clock. Got a minute 54 left. So
Raiders, all of the Raiders fans that I've seen want Malik McDowell, and to me, McDowell makes a lot of sense to Oakland. So that's like the Goldilocks pick for them because that's the guy that I like the most. That's the guy that makes the most sense from like a positional need standpoint, and it's the guy that'll make the fan base the most happy. So go get Malik McDowell, Oakland. Get that Goldilocks pick. It doesn't happen very often that one's available.
Yeah, I was even going to say, like, the way it sounds, this would be a rare case where all parties could walk away happy here.
Yeah. And, the pick is in. The pick is in, but now it's going to take another 7 minutes for Goodell to actually announce what the pick is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Stop talking about Reuben Foster. He's falling. He sucks.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't say that because I was guilty of the same thing earlier with Malik Hooker.
Yeah. It took him forever to find a home, it felt like, but at least he's got one.
To me, so far, the winner of the draft is still the San Francisco 49ers for trading back one spot, getting the second best player in this draft, and getting a third this year, a third next year, and a fourth this year. Like, 49ers are doing great so far.
Yeah, even if they weren't the winners immediately, they seem like they're the winners long-term for everything they got. Like, yeah. Damn.
And the thing is, like, people say, like, oh, the 49ers need a quarterback, but I actually like the quarterbacks that they brought in this year because I like Brian Hoyer and I like Matt Barkley. Like, those guys are, like, they're not great, obviously, but I think both of those guys can win you games.
Right. And our Falcons are just around the bend. Still got a few teams to go through, but
Cliff, your team sucks, but I think you already knew that, so I shouldn't really need to restate it.
I mean, to be fair, it was kind of a hit job assigned to us by Kid Coheed, so yeah, your team sucks.
I mean, to be fair, the Giants aren't exactly that much better than the Eagles, but yeah, the Eagles are definitely looking pretty bad right now. But hey, at least you guys got Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith for one whole year because they signed 1-year contracts and they'll be gone after the end of the year.
Trying to soar with a busted wing.
Oh, man, that Oakland pick is sure taking a while to announce, you know?
It almost makes you wonder if they're like, fuck Goldilocks. Gonna just take a shit all over that. Oh, God, where did you hear that, Cliff? Because you better be wrong.
Yeah, he's got to be wrong.
He better be fucking wrong. I'm not even
Here we go. Raiders selection. Malik McDowell, defensive line, Michigan State. Make the pick, guys. Here we go. Oakland Raiders select. Wow.
So they didn't go with Goldilocks.
No, they didn't. Gareon Conley, he's literally being investigated for a rape charge right now.
Oh, that's great. Why the fuck would you pick? Like, I can understand, because I feel like there was a pick made last year. It may have even been our Falcons, or I know some team picked somebody that I think got suspended because of a weed thing, but that's fucking, like, weed. That's not even hard drugs. I get that. You know, I think the drug war's bullshit, and I know you feel the same way. But somebody has a charge like rape. I don't touch that shit with a 10-foot fucking pole. I don't get that at all.
I mean, he hasn't been convicted yet. He hasn't been indicted yet. It's just under investigation, but still, like, that's the kind of, like, that's the thing. I think it was last year. Laramie Tunsil, the morning of the draft, had a video leak of him smoking weed in a gas mask bong. And he fell from being like a top 5 pick to 13th overall. So even just something as minor as that, something he didn't get any kind of legal ramifications for, dropped him almost 10 full spots. Gareon Conley is legitimately under investigation for a violent sexual offense. Whether it's true or not, like, how, I don't understand that. And even like La'el Collins last year was under investigation for another like big thing. I think he was a part of an investigation for somebody else's murder charge. And because he was even slightly involved in that, he went from being a top 15 lock to completely undrafted.
Now, I don't want to get all political here and completely change the tone of this because we're still keeping spirits high and it's the draft. And this is the most vocal I've been all reactions. But yeah, that really fucking puzzles me. And when you hear people talk about, you know, the culture of the NFL, like guys like, who was the player that did the bong again? I'm sorry.
Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah, like him and Colin Kaepernick with his protests, like, oh, they're fucking urchins, but how many people commit assault and battery on, like, women or have, like, again, the rape charge, even if they haven't been indicted yet, and I'll give it due process, we'll see what comes out. That, to me, is a red flag, because you know how...
Javaris Carter makes a great point. This proves that NFL general managers are more concerned about weed than rape.
Which sickens me.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that knows me knows how anti-drug war I am. I think I believe in full-blown legalization, even of the hardest, like, street drugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Works. Yeah. Legalize every substance and then just regulate the shit out of it.
Exactly. And to know that the NFL is putting greater pressure, because my weed, but then guys like Kaepernick, which it really sickened me seeing all the right-wing people, my anthem, don't be disrespecting my flag, my fabric. You know, and like he's the bad guy, and yet somebody, and again, he may not get indicted on it, and if so, fine. But even knowing that that's even a thing, that's even a possibility, that looks bad.
Yeah,
and here's the thing: take my opinion aside, right, and you put it in the corner. Think about the social fucking climate we're in today.
Yep.
Where like everybody's always looking for something, whether justified or not.
I mean, here's the thing, too. Like, Joe Mixon, to me, is the most talented running back in this class. He should have been a top 10 pick, but a video surfaced of him punching a woman. And the thing is, like, to me, any kind of violence is bad, but she was provoking him. It's not like it was this completely unprovoked, like, oh, I hate women, so I'm just going to walk up to a random one and punch her in the face. Like, she was shoving him. She was getting in his face. She called him the N-word, and he punched her to make her shut up and go away from him. And the video of that surfaced, and he's falling into what's probably going to end up being the second or third round because of it. but Gareon Conley gets accused of rape, and he gets picked 24th overall. What kind of message does that send?
It doesn't send a good message. And again, I didn't want to be that guy, and I'm still trying not to be. So I apologize, if I'm saying anything out of line, but that's a real head scratcher to me. I don't get that at all. Because I think, and again, we were talking about the Redskins earlier. We think about who did Kaepernick even play with anyway? The names on the 49ers. And we've 49ers, stuff like that. We talk about people like Kaepernick and stuff like that. These things matter. Whether we want to say that it matters within the image of the team or even in a broader social context. Hell, the Patriots are getting shit. I mean, what else? But with the associations with Trump and everything. In this day and age, everything is political. Everything is some kind of a social undertone. And what the hell are the Raiders, saying when they make a pick like this? I don't know. That's intriguing, though. Maybe they even kind of like the shock value a little bit, as messed up as it may sound. Maybe they want eyes on them. I don't know. That's really a head scratcher to me, dude.
Yeah. I'm very curious who the Browns are going to pick. They already got Myles Garrett, which is huge. I was thinking they might have gotten Malik Hooker, but he didn't end up falling to them. I mean, if they get a quarterback, it's either going to be Deshaun Kaiser or Davis Webb, and I'm not a big fan of either one of those guys. But I almost feel like Webb has a better chance of being a great NFL starter than Kaiser. Man, maybe Cam Robinson to fill that right tackle spot. Maybe even Ryan Ramczyk to fill that right tackle spot. I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll just go with Reuben Foster. Moneyball, brother. I mean, he's fallen. He's the guy that everyone thinks is going to be this top 5 pick, and now he's getting down there to 25. Maybe that'll be the pick. Maybe they'll go with Reuben Foster. That would make sense.
Well, Ash, I don't want to jump the gun, but I got to tell you my intrigue now that we've taken care of. Well, have we even? Did the Bucs go yet? I forget when Bucs are supposed to go. No, Bucs haven't. No, they did go. But I was curious about the Seahawks, given the kind of caliber of team that they are, and where you thought they would go. Because I mean, you're talking that's a legit ass team. But I'm curious, what their deficiencies are and how you feel like they can best address them with their first-round pick, seeing as how they're going, I believe, 26th.
Kevin King is a definite candidate there because they love big athletic corners, so that's a definite possibility. But their biggest...
seeing Jabril Peppers for Cleveland Browns.
What?
Jabril Peppers, apparently? Or is that just analysis that I'm seeing?
Are you seeing that already? Is that official?
On Yahoo Sports, yeah, I'm saying. I don't know if that's an official pick or if that's just analysis.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. That's not the best pick in my opinion, but it's God damn, what the hell are they doing? I don't know, man. I don't know what the Browns are thinking, honestly.
All right. Well, I mean, again, that may not.
I'm happy that he's not falling to the Falcons though, because I think we might have taken him if he did fall to us.
I don't even know if that's official. I mean, I guess we'll get the official word, but yeah, I'm seeing it here on Yahoo Sports, and it hasn't changed. So I'm thinking either that's the real pick or just something or other. So already my gears have.
No, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it reported on Pro Football Rumors. Here we go. Browns selection. Is it Jabril? Or is it Davis Webb? It's Jabril. Wow. Okay. It is Jabril.
All right.
You know what? I don't hate Jabril Peppers as a player. I would have hated him on Atlanta, but that's not because I don't like him as a player. It's because he doesn't really have a spot on our team that he would see the field often at. He is a strong safety. He is very, very athletically similar to TJ Ward, who is Denver's strong safety. It's funny because TJ Ward actually was a Cleveland Brown before he went to Denver. So maybe they're trying to replace the production that they lost when TJ Ward went to Denver in Jabril Peppers. But I don't know if TJ Ward would be worth a 25th overall selection if a 21-year-old version of him was available to draft right now, because I just don't think that type of player in that position is worth a first-round pick.
Well, Browns have made their selection, so they got Myles Garrett and Jabril Peppers. 7 picks.
Yeah, they're working on that
remain.
defense.
Seahawks are on the clock.
Yeah, it's either going to be Kevin King or an offensive lineman. They have their pick at the litter with the offensive line. They could take Ryan Ramczyk, Cam Robinson, or Forrest Lamb. Any of those guys make sense.
Well, we'll see what they're feeling, what they're thinking about this. Again, 7 picks left. And, yeah, Seahawks definitely intrigue me. Looking at the rest of the litter here, looking at the rest of, who remains, Seahawks definitely intrigue me. Falcons, of course, and, yeah, Saints final pick because division rivals. So, yeah, definitely interested to see where they go.
Okay, just to be clear, Cliff, it's not Kenny King, it's Kevin King.
I think he's just trolling at this point, or so my headcanon tells me.
Oh, okay.
Abel, guess Cody Kessler will be the quarterback for the Browns. You have any comment about that?
I don't hate Kessler. I like Kessler. I think he's better than people give him credit for.
All right, well. Yeah, I'm glad to see Abel still with us. Cliff, your shoulder has definitely endured. I definitely believe it's health now because you've gone pillar to post with us. You know, Coheed is ducked out. Both of the shield is ducked out. But Coheed may be back, so he may also get to tell you one final time that your team sucks.
Honestly, I love Kevin King, but knowing Seattle, I think they might value length over sheer athleticism, so they might actually go Akalo Witherspoon with this pick, which would be a really interesting surprise first-rounder. But it's Seattle, and they've done surprise first-rounders before, so I wouldn't put it past them.
All right, well, we shall see who they pick. They're still on the clock by me.
Honestly, I think their best choice is to just go with the best offensive lineman that they have on their board. I know they need a right tackle, so it would be Ramczyk for me. But they could also use a guard, so it could be Bolles. Or not Bolles. Lamp. I love Lamp. Forrest Lamp.
All right.
I kind of like their guards, though, on paper. Because the thing is, they have Mark Glowinski at left guard, and I liked him a couple years ago. I actually kind of wanted him for the Falcons, and he's all right. He's a really good athlete, but he hasn't really put it together yet on the field. And then they have at right guard, I forget his name, because it was between him and Jason Spriggs last year for them, but I don't remember the guy's name. They have another really young, talented offensive lineman on in the right guard slot. So really the only weak spot that doesn't have a young, promising player at it on the Seahawks offensive line is right tackle. And, I mean, Cam Robinson would make sense, but I think Ryan Ramczyk is better. Oh, no, we traded up. What are you doing, Falcons?
Oh, God. Well, now
God.
We're 30 seconds.
It's probably going to be for Jordan Willis, to be realistic.
Yeah, but what did we
I can deal with Jordan Willis. I'm not overly ecstatic about it, but it's, you know what? Jordan Willis, my numbers say Jordan Willis is going to be awesome no matter what scheme he's in, so hopefully he holds up to my numbers.
Yeah, but here's the question I have. Was he worth whatever we gave up to move up?
Probably not, but then again, I just hate trading up. And, dude, our front office loves trading up for some reason. They are obsessed with giving up a lot of stuff to move up higher in the draft.
Well, here we go, guys. It's coming earlier than I expected it. But...
Dude, I just realized, what if we don't even pick an edge rusher and we just get an offensive lineman or David Njoku, the tight end?
I don't know, man. That'd be crazy because, now.
Oh, God. That's the thing, too, with the Falcons pick is, to me, it's completely up in the air. It could be offensive line. It could be wide receiver. It could be tight end. It could be running back for all I know. It could be edge rusher. It could be safety. I straight up don't know. Abel, I would normally want to say it's not going to be Reuben Foster, but I have no clue what our front office is doing.
Yeah. I'm just hoping whatever the pick is, it concentrates defensively because I love the rookies we have on defense, and I feel like they're really coming into their own the latter half of the season. But I definitely think our defense still needs to be sharpened a little bit. I think offensively we're cooking on all cylinders. So I'm hoping the focus is on defense. But
who's it going to be?
See here.
Oh, my God.
Who'd we pick?
Takkarist McKinley.
Who the fuck is that?
He's fast. That's why we like him.
Oh,
God
boy.
damn it.
What position?
Defensive end. We got our edge rusher, but shit. Oh, boy.
Well, that's it, folks. I don't even know who the hell that is. I guess we're going to have to watch footage afterwards so you can show me.
I mean, he looks really good on tape, but he just can't bend. He's really more of a power rusher, and he's I think he had like some kind of a shoulder issue at the combine, and he still put up 24 bench reps with a major shoulder injury. So he's a strong guy, but not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it at all. I wasn't a big fan of Jordan Willis, but I sure as hell would have preferred him to Takk McKinley.
Well, that's what we got saddled with. Again, I really can't form a substantive opinion for a variety of reasons, but I think Ashton's opinion is the one that really
Takk McKinley is that he's very young. He's 20. He's going to be a 21-year-old rookie. He's a really young guy. He's young and explosive, and those are the two most important things for a 4-3 defensive end, and that's what he is, and that's what we're going to use him as. So hopefully he proves me wrong, but I've got him basically as like a tier 2 4-3 defensive end.
This draft already feels longer than WrestleMania. I may have to bow out to him, guys. Hey, we wouldn't hold it against you, Paul. I commend you for lasting this long, because it is hella fucking late where you are.
Yeah, it's like after 4 o'clock in the morning for him.
I'll save my energy for Q&A, and I promise to be calm. Look, Paul, we both know that promise is probably going to be shattered, but
Dude,
we don't care because we love you anyway.
Nobody ever asks you to be calm. Be you.
Exactly. Yeah, do you, man. Let your freak flag fly. Oh, man. Well, I wish we had a more boisterous reaction to the Falcons pick, but again, I don't even know who this guy is, and you seem like, I wouldn't say underwhelmed, but that's the best word that I can grapple with right now.
Yeah, that's an appropriate word.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely watch footage afterwards. I'll educate myself for fuck's sake. But, yeah, now Seahawks, they go in Falcons' original position, so they'll be going 31st overall. But, again, I'm really curious what we gave up to get that. And I don't even know if I want to know, to be honest. Jarvis, I immediately feel bad about what I just said. And, Jarvis, what I noticed with scumbaggery is that, yeah, it feels a bit weird, but when you give yourself to it, you realize, no, I've been in the right all along, being this piece of shit. So just own it, man. Just own it with pride. And who we got now? Falcons went. I think we got Buffalo Bills. Pick is coming in for the Bills. So shifting focus here. So who do you think the Bills are going to take?
I'm listening to Takk McKinley right now. He's telling a story. Apparently, that's his grandma in the image that he has. And he's like talking about how he does all of this for her, basically.
Oh.
So I'm sure I'm going to like Takk as a person. I just hope that he makes me like him as a player.
Well, that's what matters. I don't have a problem with anybody, as a person, until I get to know them. But, what they're there for is to play ball. If you can play ball well, fuck it, So.
God, I hope he proves me wrong.
We'll see, man. This season's going to be very interesting. Oh, yeah. Jarvis, I'm sorry about that, man. That sucks.
Dude, the beautiful thing is Buffalo has their choice at offensive lineman now. They can take Cam Robinson, Ryan Ramczyk, Forrest Lamp. They've got the pick of the litter.
Well, we'll see which of the litter they pick. I mean, that I still can't believe we traded up. Like I thought it might happen when the first murmurs came out.
Dude, we only traded up 5 slots. I don't think we gave it. We might have given up like a 3rd or a 4th round pick. I don't think we gave up that much.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because we didn't move up that much, but yeah, it's still a bit of a surprise. Still kind of came out of nowhere.
There's no 8 round. It only goes up to 7.
And I think Biggie is mocking Seth on Twitter, so that's humorous. Wonder what AJ feels about the pick we just made. Man, let me see if on his Twitter he has a draft reaction. Probably not, if I had to guess. Forget which team Seth really likes.
Oh, man. Well, we got Takkarist McKinley. That was our guy. That's surprising to me. I honestly, I thought we were targeting Jordan Willis. That's what I heard.
Wow, Paul. He's like, Seth will like the white supremacist theme. He will never live down that poor choice in girlfriend. Poor Seth. Yeah, good night, Paul. We'll see you for Q&A tomorrow, which should be very interesting in itself. We gotta start getting those questions together because I got quite a few this month. But it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking of wrestlers in the draft, we never did get a conclusion of the Madden Championship on Up, Up, Down, Down. I wanted Seth versus AJ, damn it.
Yeah, we were supposed to get AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins.
You know, what the fuck, Xavier?
Doing?
I mean, I know you had a bit of your own controversy with Paige and whatnot, but get your shit together, bruh.
Oh, man, we got Takkarist McKinley. Man, that's a weird pick for us.
Thank you for the context, Abel. Seth is a Bears fan, and I guess he hated what they did because he tweeted, "I hate football," after the Bears traded up for Mitch. That laugh, though.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
All right, well, let's see, Bills. What do you got?
I want to know what we gave up to get Tack.
Like you said, it probably wasn't too much, but again, I'm just still kind of like, wow, we really, because I don't know.
Oh, what? We gave up our 3rd and our 7th. So the 3rd round pick hurts. 7th round pick, I don't really care, but we only have 3 more picks left now. 2nd, 4th, and 5th.
Oh, okay.
So we have 1 pick tomorrow in the 2nd round, and then we have 2 picks on Saturday in the 4th and 5th rounds. Damn, that blows. Oh, man.
All right, Stone Cold Dan Quinn, you better have a strong rationale for this one, bud. I'll be excited for the Falcons press conference and stuff about this pick to be on the channel.
Oh, yeah, those are always a lot of fun to watch.
All right. Man, it feels like forever that this Bills pick to come in. I've just been waiting to hear who they've got. And the Cowboys.
Oh, my God, the Browns got the 29th overall pick from Green Bay.
Oh, okay. So, damn, Browns will be going 3 times. Damn.
I mean, to be fair, because of the 1st overall pick, they would have had the 33rd overall pick, which is the 1st overall pick in the 2nd round. So they only moved up 4 slots.
Right.
They really didn't move up that much. But, they wanted to get that 1st round pick because with the 1st round pick, you get a 5th-year option. So they're probably going to take a quarterback with that.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to be Kaiser or Webb, but it's probably going to be one of those guys.
Just very interesting to see how the Browns have kind of played this draft. And I think about the Cowboys coming up whenever the Bills get their pick formally announced. I think Sal is a fan of the Cowboys.
Who was it earlier in chat that was like, oh, I guess Cody Kessler is the Browns quarterback in 2017? Because you might be wrong.
Abel said that.
Here we go, Bills pick. Who's it going to be? Cam Robinson. Wow, that's a bad pick. That is a bad pick.
Who'd they pick?
Trey White out of LSU. Jesus. What is going on right now? This is bad.
All right, well, Cowboys are now on the clock.
Man, I feel like our energy has completely died down.
Yeah, I mean, well, are there any exciting picks that can still be made from the remaining teams that have to pick? Because, again, Cowboys are on the clock, so what do you think?
Oh, I hope the Cowboys get Obi Melifonwu.
All right, well, we shall see. I'm going to excuse myself for the final time. I will be back, guys.
Can you hang on a sec?
Sure.
I just took a bite of cheeseburger because my stomach was starting to growl.
Oh, I understand. Gotta get that food in you. Yeah, and I agree with you, Jarvis. Where the fuck is it, Xavier? He better get that Madden stuff released soon. I know he did a video recently playing ukulele, which I was curious about, but I want that Madden shit. That was a really fun tournament this year, and yet we still haven't had our climax. I love how everybody's doing the man now, but it'll always be Jarvis' thing. Man, fuck the Cowboys. Yeah, we know. You with the Eagles.
All right, brother. Yeah, if you feel like you need to take one more break, you should be good to go. I should be good to go.
All right. Yeah, guys.
God, I can't believe Kevin King is still available. I can't believe Chidobe Awuzie is still available. To me, Tre'Davious White is not a very good pick. I think he's going to be a slot corner in the NFL. And to me, he's not even the best slot corner prospect in this class. I would rather have Shaq Griffin out of Central Florida than Trey White. Because to me, Shaq Griffin has a lot more upside than Trey White. But speaking of upside, I really hope the Cowboys pick Obi Melifonwu. And it's not even because I like the Cowboys, even though I do like Obi Melifonwu. It's just because I want to be able to say that I was alive to witness the single most athletic safety pairing in the history of the NFL. And right now, Dallas's free safety is Byron Jones, which is the guy who broke the world record for the standing long jump a couple years ago at the draft combine. And Obi Melifonwu would be a strong safety for them. And he had the second longest broad jump in the history of the NFL combine. So Byron Jones was only 200 pounds, or not 199, I think he was, and he jumped 12 feet and 3 inches in the broad jump. Obi Melifonwu at 224 pounds jumped 11.9. So those guys are both absolute freaks. And the fact that there's a legitimate opportunity for both of them to play for the exact same team is really, really exciting to me, just to be able to say that I witnessed it. I freaking love it. You see Cowboys fans. Cowboys have used 6 of their 9 draft picks on offense from 2008 to 2016. I guess it's been not really working out too well because they haven't been to a Super Bowl since like 1995. So, GG Cowboys. You keep trying. You keep failing. Best record in the NFC last season. Yeah. How'd that work when you went up against Aaron Rodgers? The same Aaron Rodgers that Atlanta shut out for an entire half. With our quote-unquote mediocre defense that people like to talk about. Hey, Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, Cowboy selection. Here we go. What's it going to be? Roger Goodell coming up to the podium. Please be Obi Melifonwu. That would make me so happy. Here we go. The Dallas Cowboys select. Oh, really, Taco? Damn, I thought they were going to take a hyper-athletic defensive back. They took, like, a mildly athletic defensive end. Whatever. Lame. Cowboys password is Taco, yes. Oh, man. I was looking it up the other day, and it's funny. Taco, obviously, Taco isn't his real first name. His real first name is Vidante. So it's Vidante Charlton. His nickname is just Taco. And I actually read the other day a funny little tidbit. He tried really hard growing up with the nickname Taco to not like tacos, the food. But eventually he just was forced to give in because they're just so damn delicious. You know what? I was going to address the Stephen A. Smith, the Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen thing. But then I decided not to. And then Encraze brought it up, so I have to. Every team is an accident waiting to happen because every team has injuries. Every team loses games. every team makes poor decisions. Stephen A. Smith singles out the Cowboys so that every time they make a mistake or lose a player to injury or make a bad decision, he can say, oh, see, I told you they are an accident waiting to happen. But if he would do that with literally any team, like even a team that is perceived to be like a great drafting team, like say the Packers. The Packers are an accident waiting to happen. And then, oh, Jordy Nelson got hurt. See, I told you. They're an accident waiting to happen. Oh, Randall Cobb, he's not playing up to what he was supposed to be. He's supposed to be this great player. He's not playing well. That's because the Packers are an accident waiting to happen. Oh, the Packers lost to the Atlanta Falcons. You had Brett Hundley in at quarterback for that last drive. Talk about an accident waiting to happen. Like, it applies to literally every team. But Stephen A. Smith is making a living off of isolating one of the 32 teams that it happens to and trying to make it seem like he's some kind of prophet. It's pathetic.
I'm back. What do we think about the Cowboys pick?
They got Taco Charlton. I've been bringing him up since like the 9th overall pick.
So yeah, they did pretty well for themselves, and now
no, not really. I mean,
Browns.
he's all right, but he's really not that great. I'm not a big Taco fan.
All right, well, Browns are our picks coming up. 3rd pick in the 1st round here. And then we got the Steelers, the Seahawks, and the Saints remaining.
Yeah, the Seahawks with our pick.
Yeah, well, let's hope they make good of it. We'll see.
Oh, man. Brown's pick is up next. I'm thinking it's going to be Davis Webb, man. I got to tell you, I know people are going to, get on their case for not taking Kaiser, but I think it's going to be Webb. I think Webb, Webb has he has one of the strongest arms in this class. His arm is almost as strong as Patrick Mahomes, and he's a lot more mobile than Kaiser. I love Davis Webb compared to Kaiser. I think, like, if you look at Davis Webb and Deshaun Kaiser, to me, Davis Webb could be like a Blake Bortles type quarterback where, like, he's like a lower half of the league starter, but at least he's a starting level quarterback. Whereas with Deshaun Kaiser, he's more like a Ryan Lindley type, where he is this completely immobile turret of a quarterback where if he is on the field, he's either going to get sacked a lot or he's going to throw interceptions. And to me, like, Kaiser is a backup in the NFL. Webb is probably most likely also a backup, but I think Webb has a lot more potential to be a starter than Kaiser.
Let's get some chat reaction. Okay. Cliff is like, actually, at least he's not shit Bayless. So, okay, we got...
I mean, dude, just because Skip Bayless is even more terrible, that doesn't mean that Stephen A. isn't also terrible.
Oh, by the way, Kid Coheed, we have 4 more picks here because we have the Browns on the clock, then the Steelers, Seahawks, and then the Saints. And I'll tell you, Cleveland getting 3 picks in day 1 here.
Oh, man. You can even see, John, are they showing Taco Charlton tape for you?
Yeah. No, I think they're actually showing Adoree Jackson from the Titans.
That's really weird. Here we go. Cleveland Browns. I see Roger Goodell. He's coming out for the selection. Who's it going to be? Davis Webb? Deshaun Kaiser? Reuben Foster? It might be Foster. They might just say, like, screw quarterback. We have Cody Kessler. We're going to roll with him. Let's just get defense. David Njoku, what? Wow, they got Seth DeValve last year. What? David Njoku. Oh, my God. Dude, I love David Njoku. I freaking love this dude. He is a man amongst boys on the football field. I am just shocked that Cleveland traded up to get him at the end of the first round.
That's high praise, though, coming from you. A man among boys.
To me, he's going to be the best tight end in this class. He is like... I know you're not familiar with this name, but he reminds me of Travis Kelce, who's recently really become like the guy at tight end in the NFL. Like he's recently surpassed Rob Gronkowski as the best tight end in the league.
Oh my God, Cliff, you are just having a field day in chat right now, aren't you? But yeah, man, I mean, that's cool though that you have high hopes for Njoku here, and yeah, Cleveland Browns get away with him. So that leaves the Steelers, the Seahawks, and the Saints. Scourge of the fucking earth.
I hope the Saints pick Deshaun Kaiser. What a waste.
So, given these remaining, I mean, I know obviously we have a vested interest in Saints because division rivals and all that. But what are you thinking about, Steelers and Seahawks here? I mean, they're going really late, but think they can do good for themselves?
Steelers, TJ Watt.
Okay. Yeah, I remember us watching tape of TJ Watt. Okay, yeah, that's right. He hasn't been picked yet. Holy shit. Yeah, because from what I remember, he's a fucking beast. They'd do well with him. What about Seahawks, though?
O-line.
Okay, so offensive line. All right. We'll see how they go.
I keep waiting. Wait, San Francisco traded up.
Okay.
They traded up to 31. They took our old pick that Seattle had.
Oh my God, does nobody want the 31s? Well, I guess, 49ers did, but damn.
Well, Seattle did, then the 49ers did. I guess the 49ers just wanted it a little bit more than Seattle. So wait, the 49ers got Solomon Thomas in the first round. They might be getting their quarterback here.
All right, well, we shall see, because we still have the Steelers. I don't know, are they still on the clock? No,
I mean, hell, the 49ers might be getting Reuben Foster at 31. I mean, unless Pittsburgh takes Foster.
Just very interesting, the plays being made here.
Wow.
So, day one is coming close to a close, partner. I mean, we still have 3 picks left, so I know you can't give your whole thoughts yet because we still have to wait for it to round out. But thoughts so far on day one?
I mean, not exactly happy with the Falcons' decision to not only trade up, but then take a player that I wouldn't have recommended.
Right.
Maybe we'll get, I don't know, man. We don't even have a 3rd-round pick anymore, so that's we now only have 2 picks in the top 100, which sucks. And one of them was Takkarist McKinley, which I'm not a big fan of the pick, as much as I'm sure the person is a great guy, but
right.
I'm just not into it. Man.
Kid Coheed saying a lot of late reaches this year. Yeah, I mean, it's...
See, I don't believe in reaches, because to me, it's only, like, you might perceive it as a reach, but the team picking the player isn't saying, like, oh, even though he's only the 12th best player on our board, let's take him anyway. They're picking the best guy on their board. That's just, it's all about perception.
Right.
Like, for example, I think Mike Williams was a horrible pick at 7th overall.
Right.
But if the Chargers have Mike Williams as one of the top 3 or 4 players in this class, or even top 5, and they were happy to get him at 7, then you can't call it a reach. Because then, like, as far as they're concerned, they got a steal. They got a great pick.
Right. So it's really all about what I would call, I guess, management psychology, just how they perceive their maneuvers and what they do with them.
I mean, well, really, it just kind of comes down to, like, different teams see players in different ways. So it's
Right.
all about the team's evaluation, you know?
So while on one team, a guy, not even necessarily like a bust or a prospect, but may just not fit the scheme in general, another team could be like, yeah, that's the guy we need.
Right, yeah, pretty much. And obviously our front office thought Takkarist McKinley was a great pick, but I disagree.
Right.
Here we go. Steelers. Oh, they're going to talk about Dan Rooney first because he just passed away recently. Oh, it looks like Jerome Bettis is up there. I wonder if he's going to announce the pick. Two players? Is that the fridge? No, I don't know who it is. It's someone and Jerome Bettis. I know who Jerome Bettis is, the freaking bus. He was awesome. I mean, you laugh, but he was literally nicknamed the Bus. Jerome the Bus.
No, I laughed because I misheard you. I thought you were saying it more caustically, like, oh, the bust. And, so I misheard.
Oh, no, not the Bust. The Bus.
Yeah, I caught it the second time, but that's why I laughed initially. I'm like, oh, man, you're shitting on everybody. But yeah, good stuff.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, there's Dan Rooney, 85 years old when he passed away. Because he was rich.
With wealth, anything is possible. Abel saying in chat, I hate the Steelers. Well, Abel, I'll be interested in your reactions then to whoever they pick.
Yeah, Abel, we know you hate the Steelers. I'm sure the Steelers hate you. Just relax.
Wow.
No, dude, you got to realize he does this thing where anytime any team in the AFC North other than the Ravens gets brought up in the Gridiron Guild chat, he freaks out like, oh, F that team. They suck. I hate them. Like, going way over the top, almost as if to overcompensate for, like, a secret crush that he has on them or something.
Cliff, I kind of like the Steelers, I guess.
I'm not, I'm fairly apathetic towards the Steelers most of the time. Oh, man.
So we're really dragging this out, huh?
I was going to say, as if the picks weren't being dragged out enough. Now we're dragging it out even further doing this. Like, I feel like there has to be a more appropriate time for these proceedings to take place. Like at his funeral, when you're supposed to say this kind of stuff.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because, hell, if anybody really benefits from this, it's honestly the 49ers because they get additional time on top of their,
No, they don't get additional time. They still have to make their pick within a lot of time.
Right.
They got what? They got what? They got what? Great pick, Steelers.
Well, that's something Abel didn't want to happen, so I guess your nightmares manifested itself.
That was an awesome, awesome pick by the Steelers. That dude is going to be great for them.
Oh, no, I watched the footage with you. That's something that I can say, yeah. Good pick, Steelers.
And what did I say? As soon as you said, hey, so who do you think the Steelers are going to take? I didn't even need to name more than one player. I said T.J. Watt, and I was done with it.
Yeah. Now the 49ers are on the clock. They've been on the clock. They got a minute and 36 seconds left. We'll see who they pick, and then the Saints come last.
JJ, 45 seconds ago. That's cool.
Kyle saying, hell yeah, now I can go to sleep happy. Well, that makes one of us at least.
Yeah, Kyle, you can definitely go to sleep happy. Oh, 49ers pick is in. They traded up to get this. So it's either going to be Reuben Foster or a quarterback.
Well, we shall see. Hopefully they don't drag the fucking pick out. Come on, guys. We're almost ready to go home here. So I'm just really curious now who the Saints are going to pick.
God, yeah, the Saints get the pick too. Shit. I think that the pick that would devastate me most for the Saints would be Tyus Bowser. And then, the next pick that would make me really annoyed would be Jordan Willis because I thought we wanted Willis. And, of course, they would get the guy that I thought we wanted.
Right.
But I don't even know, man. The thing with the Saints is that typically they're really bad at drafting, so they might just, completely flub it.
And, of course, the one time we're really counting on that, now that we've openly acknowledged it, they would pick somebody. It would just be like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah, they're going to get Kevin King, who's in my top 12, but is still on the board for some reason. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, do you think he'll even get picked in round one at this rate? He may be
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's... Honestly, if it's not by New Orleans, then he can't be, because I don't think that there's any chance that San Francisco takes him, honestly.
All right, well, we'll see, man. I mean, yeah, because it's amazing, like, the names that you've brought up and knowing that we're this late into it. Like, again, it's 49ers, it's Saints, and we go home. There have been names like you brought up, especially, Kevin King. I mean, that hasn't been picked by anybody. And, I mean, you figure how late it took for Hooker to get picked. So, yeah, it's definitely been a very intriguing day one, to say the least. And now Kid Coheed and Cliff are talking about quarterbacks and their rap sheets. So that's amusing.
Yep. Abel, I'm thinking it's either Foster or a quarterback. I mean, man, I think I know, like, 49ers fans were hoping Foster would fall to them in the second round at 34, but they traded up, which kind of makes me think it will be a quarterback because, like, why would you trade up to get an extra year with a linebacker? I don't really get that logic. But, I mean, you never know. NFL teams and I don't always see eye to eye, clearly.
Yeah. This day one has certainly made that quite evident.
I think that the high point of the day was pick 23 when Miami took Charles Harris. Or 22 it was.
That laugh. Oh, may that forever be the nightmare fuel that reminds them of their mediocrity. Cliff asking how King has not been picked. Okay. And this isn't even, again, our first draft together. We've seen weird shit before. It's just, this is the weird shit this draft, I guess. Wonder what the Saints are thinking. Just sitting there waiting to go last.
Here we go. Number 31, San Francisco, making the pick. Is it Foster? Yep. They traded up for a linebacker. Okay, whatever.
Cliff, Charles Harris will go down in Twitwell history, and then Kid Coheed echoing the sentiments, that laugh. Oh, man, you've become immortal today, my friend, and how appropriate that it would be because of the NFL draft. Charles Harris, Twitwell Hall of Famer. Not likely.
I mean, the good news is we're going to be out of here in under 4 hours because there's only one pick left, and it can't take more than 15 minutes for them to make the pick. And it's only 20 minutes till midnight, so we're guaranteed to be done by midnight. So good stuff. And of course it's New Orleans. So don't compare Reuben Foster to Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly was big and fast. Reuben Foster's small and slow. Abel, after the laughing fit I had, Charles Harris might be my high spot, actually.
Yeah, really.
Nobody incited more of a reaction, and that's what high spots is all about, right? Oh, Reuben Foster plays on the kickoff team. Wait a minute. Do you ever use your actual best players on special teams? Because I feel like that's not a thing.
Well, apparently New Orleans pick is coming in, so hopefully it won't take too long to hear who that is.
Oh, it's coming in already. Okay, wow.
Yeah, didn't take long at all.
They knew who they wanted. I'm curious who it's going to be, though. The tight ends are all
I'm hoping they fuck it up.
The wide receivers are pretty much all gone. I don't think they're going to get Godwin or Zay Jones or anyone like that. Yeah, they might go QB, Kaiser or Webb. I mean, I think I would probably be more annoyed by Webb because I think he has a better chance of being good than Kaiser, but really they're both not good.
Kid Coheed, Charles Harris, low shot, high shot, or it would be high spot, Kid Coheed, Ashton's reaction to Charles Harris.
Yeah. I'll take it. David Shaw is really good at providing lip service.
Then according to what I'm looking at anyway, we've got Packers, I guess, going first for day 2 tomorrow.
Well, yeah, because remember, Cleveland traded up to 29, and that's where the Packers were picking.
Right. Okay.
And then you got to remember, too, San Francisco traded up to 31, and that was originally where we were picking, but we traded that pick to Seattle. So Seattle is at number 2 tomorrow now. So Whew, man. No, Mike Williams, really not Mike Williams, but the LA Chargers are my low shot for sure. Saints select? Oh, they got a tackle. Okay. That's not a big deal, really.
Okay. Well, nice to see crisis averted.
Yeah, I feel very apathetic towards this pick.
All right, well, that's day one of the draft.
All right, guys. Well, I don't know if we're ever going to do this again, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know we had a bunch of people asking for us to do a draft reaction when we did our preview and predictions, and so we decided to pull the trigger on it and just get it in there, and we've been averaging like 7 to 12 viewers this whole time, so really not much viewership. But, hey, what matters is the people. It's the quality over the quantity, and we got some quality people in this chat, and we appreciate you guys sticking around. Even for those of you who might have left a few times or left early altogether, it's still cool that you guys were so, like, eager to hear probably just my thoughts on the draft, that you kind of gave us the encore chance back in the preview predictions and wanted us to come back. So we'll see everyone tomorrow night for our Q&A. Yeah, for our Q&A. Make sure to get your questions in if you haven't yet. And, hey, as I always say to close out our other shows, stay tuned.